That's what you said, a nickel.
What up, what up, what up? We are back again, y'all. We're back again for another episode of Melanated Thought, where we talk about things that affect the black community and try to give you some education and some upliftment. I am your host, Reggie O.
And I am Mimi the lady.
And what a lovely lady she is, ladies and gentlemen. So, but anyway, we got a pretty good show coming up today.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do, man. It's going to be really informative.
Part dos.
Yes, indeed. Yes, we do. We got a definitely good show. So, man, we're going to open up the phone line.
Yay.
So we can take a few calls if people are brave enough to call in.
Yes.
Only if you're brave enough to call in. If y'all ain't brave enough to call in, don't call in.
But we do have the chat. You can send us a chat.
Yeah, just set up the chat. You know, we'll respond to it.
Absolutely.
Because we'll see it. We're looking at it right now, as a matter of fact.
Yes, we are.
So,
can you hear me? I feel like I'm so far away.
Hold on.
Can you hear me? Hello, hello, hello. Okay, now I can hear. Okay, I can hear myself. Okay, cool.
Yeah, your mic was turned down just a little bit too long.
You don't want me to be heard? Is that what you're trying to do?
No.
You trying to keep me from out? So how are you today, sir?
I'm good, babe. How you doing?
I'm good. How was your week?
My week was just another work week, you know, because, you know, us computer geeks, we get no rest.
Oh, yeah.
And so, you know, that's just how it is. But other than that, it was all right.
Cool.
How was yours? Was it good, bad, productive?
Just a week.
Just a week.
They begin to run so together for me, but it's just another week. But I'm thankful and grateful. So
Of course.
I have no complaints.
Always.
Yes.
Always. So that's just the way it is, man.
All right. You want to tell the good people about the book of the day?
I would definitely do that. But first, I want to give a big, if I haven't already done already, give a big happy birthday shout out to my mother.
Yes. Happy birthday.
My mom turned 70 years old the 10th of this month, y'all.
Blessing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yes.
that's my I'm her doppelganger, I should say. I look just like her.
Yes, he does.
So, you know.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, I'm used to it, y'all. I've been hearing that for almost 50 years now, so you know it is what it is.
Good
I
genes,
look like my mother. So
beautiful woman, gorgeous man.
Yeah, thank you very much,
Well,
dear.
not gorgeous, but handsome.
Thank you, I appreciate that. I'll take them however I can get them. But anyway, and as usual, we have the book that every black person should read at least once in their lifetime. I just got one this week, and it's one that I've talked about before.
Mm-hmm.
This one goes along the lines of what we're talking about today, because we're going to do part 2 of financial literacy for the black community.
Mm-hmm.
And this is going to be an interesting show because we got some good stuff, because we're going to focus mostly on group economics, and we're going to focus on a little bit of generational wealth and how to create it.
Yes.
And this morning I saw something that I thought was the coolest thing in the world. When you were at your church, the young man that had the business.
Oh yeah! Shout out to, I don't know if we can do this now, but shout out to Roman.
Yeah.
Brother Rodney Doolin's son. You want to, since you brought it up?
Oh
so
man, that was a beautiful thing. I mean, and that's exactly what I'm talking about here. That is precisely what I'm talking about.
You guys might be competition though, 'cause he's
hey man, hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. That's enough money for everybody. That's all I got to say about that.
Little Roland got his little business started. Roman, his name is Roman. And Roman got his little business started.
And that's a beautiful thing, man. Young man, and that's what's up.
That's what we're talking about, generational
wealth, man, and starting them out young.
Absolutely.
That was the biggest thing.
Absolutely.
Starting them out young. That's beautiful. A young black man.
Yeah.
So that way, you know, if this thing blows up, he ain't got to worry about a job.
Absolutely.
And he can hire people that look like him, which is the whole point behind group economics.
Yes, it is.
Yep. But anyway,
Yes, it is.
let's go ahead and get to the book.
Okay.
The book we have today is one that I've already put up before by Dr. Claude Anderson called Powernomics, the National Plan to Empower Black America. Because basically what Dr. Claude Anderson is talking about in this book, he talks about group economics also.
Okay.
He also talks about investing. And one of the things that he also stresses is the fact that, like I said before, and I keep on quoting G Money from New Jack City, we all we got. we got to support us. We got to support us, as nobody else is going to support us.
Yeah.
And which brings me back to a speech that Malcolm X had done a while back. He said that if a black person opens a business in a white neighborhood, that business will fail in less than a week because nobody would patronize the business.
Okay.
And that's a very true statement, because if you open up a black business in a white neighborhood, they're not going to come in there because they're not going to support us. We got to support us.
Not even curiosity to bring them in and see
Nope.
what it is?
Well, it might, just to see what they're doing.
But
other than that,
they might not return.
There you go.
Okay.
So that's kind of the point that Malcolm was making, is that, and he's also said that just because they don't patronize their business, they're not wrong in not doing that.
Right.
Because they got better sense to know to support themselves as opposed to supporting anybody else.
Correct.
So
yeah, I can see that.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. And Malcolm goes on to say that black people as a whole will let anybody set up shop in their business, in their neighborhood, which is true. Think about it.
Yeah, we got, just keep it real. I get my nails done. And they are Vietnamese.
Yeah.
I love Mexican food, and they are mostly Mexicans.
Yeah. Well, that's different. Food.
My
food
dry cleaner is an Arabian, so you're right.
yeah. I mean, but
it's all. I'm saying like this: it's all different nationalities in our neighborhood.
Yeah, exactly.
Compared to other neighborhoods, it's all,
right. Because like the store owners, the corner store owners are normally East Indians,
correct,
or Iranians.
Yeah.
The nail shop owners are normally Koreans or Vietnamese. Either way, either or.
The sides, north side, south side.
There you go. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But about the only thing that's really black owned in the black neighborhood is usually the barbecue pit.
Okay.
Or the barbershop.
Or a barbershop or beauty salon. Yes.
Or a beauty salon.
Yeah.
One of the three.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not knocking anybody starting a business. Right. I don't care what kind of business you start. But all black people don't want to go to a barbecue pit. All black people don't want to get their hair cut all the time. So let's open up some more businesses besides barbecue pits, beauty salons, and barbershops.
True.
That's all I'm saying. Diversify.
True.
Kind of like a stock portfolio.
Well, I must admit, shout out to Miss Lena, the lady who do me and my sister taxes. She's black owned, female,
yes.
yay, women.
That's what I'm talking about.
Woman, here's roar, and she's in the black neighborhood.
That's what's up.
Yeah, so she does taxes,
and that's what I'm talking about.
She's a notary. She does other things. Look her up. She's real good. Very nice.
And that's
lady.
what I'm talking about.
I'm trying to think of what else I've seen other than barbershops and beauty salons in the black neighborhood. Well, I can't think of anything right now.
Yeah.
Well, restaurants, like soul food restaurant, but that's still in the category of barbecue, which is
exactly.
food.
There's nothing wrong with that, because there's a really nice soul food restaurant in Oklahoma City called Ruby's. It's on it's on the black side of town.
Yeah. Well, shout out to my brother-in-law, Tony B.
Oh yeah.
His family own a very nice longevity. I mean, they've been in the game for a long time. It's Lisa's Fine Food Cuisine.
Yeah.
They've been in soul food restaurant business for a long time. So
okay.
But yeah, like you said though, you see soul food places a dime a dozen though.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a very good question. Now it's gonna make me walk around or drive around the community just to see what else is there
kind of businesses
other than
out there. Yeah, and if we're patronizing those businesses, because it's one thing to have the business out there, but are we patronizing those businesses? That's the question.
Because I've had my, I think you and I talked about this before. Because if I go once and if I don't receive or feel good customer service,
you're gonna bounce.
My dollar won't go there.
And I can't say I blame it. That's with any business for me.
Absolutely.
I don't care who it is.
Absolutely.
That's just the way it is. But nobody's in there. Oh, that was Gwen. I wish I had something.
Gwen, hey Gwen, how are you, babe? It says I wish I had
Okay.
I know. So she sent a chat. I was trying to read her chat.
Okay.
Here
I
we
met some
go.
soul food restaurant in Denton.
Oh, okay.
There aren't any.
Okay.
That's a business opportunity for somebody.
Wow, absolutely.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. And we got the video feed up now, y'all. So I can see what we actually look like. Yeah. So, but anyway, back to the matter at hand.
Okay.
We're going to talk about some really good stuff here.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, if anybody has any questions or comments or concerns, you are more than welcome to call us on the phone lines.
You have the number?
Yes, I do. I do have the number right up here. Let me go ahead and pull it up real quick.
Okay.
For those of you that want that
and
number.
I'll just repeat it every so
Put it in the
often.
chat room too, just in case anybody wants it. It is 469
Okay.
638
Mm-hmm.
3459. And put that up in the chat
3, 4,
room.
5, 9. Okay. Let me
Yeah, put that in the chat room so everybody
Listen,
have it.
hey, love.
Mhm. So,
Okay.
so for anybody that has any questions about what we're going to talk about, by all means, I will answer them to the best of my ability.
Mm-hmm.
And if I don't have the answer, I will definitely point you in the right direction so you will have an answer.
Like it's frozen.
It's not frozen.
Okay.
Go ahead, go down and say something. Go down to where it says say something. Right there. Click on it. Now.
There we go. Okay, so this is the phone number.
Yep.
Okay. Well, let me go ahead and read a current event for
Oh,
you.
yeah.
So then
Definitely,
while I'm
definitely.
typing
Current
that in, you
events.
can be expanding on it.
Current
The
events.
first one, let's talk about the one you sent me. 'Cause, it was kind of like a slow week. I was like, well,
it was.
maybe
It was.
we're not going to have too much, current events. That's good because for a while there, for the past couple of weeks, it's been something drastic or
Man.
mind-blowing every day.
Every day, man. Something was happening.
Absolutely. But you had sent me this one. It says the Belgium must return tooth of murdered Congolese leader.
Mm-hmm.
Judge rules.
Uh-huh.
Go ahead and
Go ahead and read
explain
some more of that.
that. Okay. A Belgium judge has said that a tooth taken from the remains of the Congo's first elected leader, Patrice Lumumba,
Yeah.
should be returned to his family almost 60 years after his assassination by rebels overseas by Belgian officers.
Yep.
The tooth has been, this is crazy. The tooth has been seized from a Belgian policeman who admitted taking it while helping to dispose of Lumumba's body after the politician was murdered in 1961.
Yep.
The Belgian government of the time, the CIA and M16. What's M16?
MI6.
Oh, MI6. What is that? I've never
British
heard of that.
Secret Service.
Oh, okay. Has also been implicated.
Okay, that's enough.
Yeah.
But let me
That's
explain.
a crazy story that you have after 60 years.
Yeah, after 60 years, you got to return a man's tooth.
And they still taking
And they
stuff.
still taking stuff. Man, come on. But here's the thing about that.
Yeah.
A few years ago,
Mm-hmm.
hit that 5 button.
Okay. Go ahead, baby.
Here's the thing about that. Did it stop?
Yeah, I'm going to go back and see. I'm going to log out and log back
Yeah,
in.
log back in. Okay. Anyway, so when Patrice Lumumba was elected, he was like the first Congolese president, the very first one, because they had gained their independence. Because at one point in time, they were owned and controlled by Belgium.
Okay.
So whenever they got what they considered democracy and freedom, they elected Patrice Lumumba. I get it out.
Lumumba. Okay.
Yeah. And once they did that, what happened was Patrice Lumumba had this big plan to unify the African people.
Okay.
And that means all of them. Not just his people, but everybody all over Africa.
Mm-hmm.
And so whenever that happened, the powers that be had this thing that, wait a minute, unified Africa is going to be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
We got to do something about that.
Okay.
So these three governments, the Belgian government, the U.S. government, and the British government, they got together for an assassination so they can assassinate this man to take him out. So that way they could keep everything the way that it's supposed to be.
Okay.
All right. So, whenever, hey babe, I got the number wrong.
I'm listening.
Okay. So, anyway,
I'm
whenever.
just trying to type the number. You know, I can't really see. Got a little blood. Go ahead, babe. I'm listening.
Okay, but anyway, once that happened, they got those three governments got together so they could plan the assassination of Mr. Lumumba.
Mm-hmm.
They killed him, dismembered his body, boiled his body in acid.
Mm.
Okay, now if anybody knows anything about chemistry, tooth enamel is really hard to dissolve.
Okay.
So his teeth were the only thing that remained. That was it.
Wow.
So what they did was they kept his teeth as trophies. So
to show what or to prove what?
That's just what they did. I mean, that's how sick and twisted they are because let's go back a little bit to our history.
Mm-hmm.
Nat Turner. Whenever Nat Turner was killed, they cut his head off. Nobody could find his head.
Okay, yeah.
Somebody kept it as a trophy. His family just recently got his head back.
Wow.
Just recently. I mean within the past couple of years.
Wow. What do you think they do? So they put it in a jar and put it on a trophy?
That's exactly what they do. They display
it.
They display it. Think about this. Now, I'm going to get a little bit historical, y'all. Wow. So,
Go ahead.
Back when we were slaves,
mm-hmm.
if a slave was killed, if he was hung,
mm-hmm.
they would cut off, especially if it was a man.
Okay.
They would cut off his manhood, keep him in a jar, put him up on a mantle as a trophy.
Well, I thought that was to show the other slave what could happen to them if they tried to escape.
Oh, I got something for that too.
Oh, this is something different?
Yeah, this is something different. That's just one thing that they did. That's just one of the things that they did. Okay. Now, and a lot of times what they would do is like once they killed those slaves, they would take the skin from those slaves and make lamps and belts and everything else out of them. I mean, this is a known fact. I mean, look this stuff up. It's right there. Wow. So, with that said, what they would do, so that's pretty much what they did. No, not what they would do. That's pretty much what they would do. Yeah. Now, to stop the slaves, to deter the slaves from revolting and escaping, this is what they used to do. They used to take the biggest, burliest male slave, strip him down naked, tie him down over a barrel, violate him sexually. Okay? So, whenever they would do that, they would look at the other slaves and like, this is what I just did to him. He just submitted to me sexually, which he didn't submit, but
he was forced.
He was forced.
Yeah.
So, and that pretty much quelled anybody thinking that, hey, I got to get up out of here. Yeah. So they're like, wait a minute, he did that to him.
Right.
And he 3 times my size.
Right.
Just imagine what he'd do to me. So they use that fear factor in order to keep that under wraps.
Keep it down to a minimum.
Yeah, and they call that buck breaking. In my personal opinion, I call it butt breaking, but I'm just saying.
Tomato.
Yeah, exactly. So
Wow.
And
the things we endure just to get a piece of freedom.
Yeah. Freedom always came at a cost, man. So whenever we hear about freedom, man, black people in the United States,
we have endured.
I mean, here and the Caribbean, they went through the same thing because Jamaica at one point in time was a buck breaking slave port. They did that quite a bit. That's the reason why to this very day a lot of Jamaicans, they look down upon homosexuality.
Oh yeah, I've heard that too.
Yeah,
it's like
that's the reason why.
Big taboo over there.
That's the reason why Haitians too. They look down upon it.
Yeah.
So
wow.
There's that. All right, what else you got, babe?
Okay, well let's talk about. You can guarantee he'll always have a current event in the news, and that is the young man that's in the White House that we call President Trump.
Yeah, Agent Orange.
Well, it is election season.
Yep.
And for some reason this time of season, everything that's been under the rug comes to the forefront.
Yep.
And we have Mr. Woodward, who has exposed him for knowing about the wise effects of COVID-19.
Yeah.
And he even admitting that it was a deadly disease.
Yeah.
But when he get in front of the public, he played it down.
Yeah.
Why? Honest, I'm just going to say this is Mimi talking. These are Mimi's thoughts. with everything that came out last week, we was talking about him. He was talking about all the servicemen, all the things he's supposed to quote unquote done for the black people,
which is nothing.
And now this man, knowing that COVID was deadly, and it has killed close to or either over 200,000 people, and he said to tell people, no, go on out there, venture out, don't stop your lives. He said of having all these massive rallies with no PP gear in nowhere. This man, to me, you guys, to me, these are my thoughts. There's no way he needs another 4 years. I'm sorry, because if he's gone to these drastic measures, what else is possible? If that. When I read this story and I heard this story, it was all over the news this week, and I'm like, now at first I know I was torn because I'm like, okay, so if this reporter knew, because he did the interview on January 28th this year. If he knew, my question was, did he just listen to the tape? Or how long has this reporter known? But then I started thinking, why are you trying to justify this reporter? He didn't have to say anything to now, even though he said it right now, he didn't have to say anything at all. Right. But now that he has, it's like Trump is trying to say that's not him on the tape.
Yeah, of course he is.
And I'm like, this man will lie between, like my grandma used to say, and my mother used to say, 2 drops of rain. I mean, it's like,
that's a good one.
How do you not? That's your voice. Everybody know your voice.
Yeah.
But he is saying that's not me. I don't know where he got those tapes from, and that's why when I was asking you, now that Mr. Whooper had put this out, can he sue Trump? Because I know Trump know he was doing an interview before this man to put the tape out. Now, is there some cause for him to get sued?
No, because he agreed to the interview. He knew he was being recorded, so he's not.
But he didn't know that he was going to take it or bring it out during his election.
It don't matter. It don't matter.
Because it's coming off negative now.
Right. It's coming off negative now because and they're going and they tried to stop. To be honest with you, to piggyback off of what you said, they tried to stop the publication of this book.
True. It was another one of his friends that wrote a book. I'm like, why are his friends writing these books? And then when he get wind of it, he tried to get it stopped.
And on top of that,
because they speaking the truth, perhaps.
Exactly, that's exactly it. I mean, on top of that, and this is to all the black people that support Donald Trump, he even told people that he doesn't have any responsibility to the plight of black Americans.
Yes, he did.
So to everybody out there,
that's gonna be my next topic, but yeah, go on, bring it up.
So all those black people out there that supporting Trump, there you go.
Yeah.
That just goes to show you right there, he could give less than a damn about what black people as a whole in the United States is going through.
But Sweet Pea, not too long ago, he said it was because of him that black Americans are where they are today. But now he's saying he don't care.
Okay, here's the thing.
So it's like, do you do or you don't?
So here's the thing. And this is in Dr. Claude Anderson's book.
Okay.
Powernomics. Ever since slavery was over, black people own 1/2 or 1% of this nation's wealth and resources.
Yeah. Even though it was built on our backs.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Let's speed up to 2020. Black people own and control 1/2 or 1% of this nation's wealth and resources. Wow. So what did he do to improve our situation?
So how many years in between since he's been in office? And it's still the same percentage?
Hasn't changed a bit, and it's not going to.
Get my calculator out.
Yeah, get your calculator out, man. Calculate that because, like,
that was a lot of years, and nothing has changed.
Yeah, exactly.
So is he saying that that's the reason why it hasn't changed? He's kept it steady.
He's doing his job as a white supremacist.
Yeah, exactly. We should have gained something by now.
Yeah, we haven't gained anything.
Right.
So, and I know y'all love Obama. We didn't gain nothing with him either.
Well, we did okay. This is where we defer.
This is where I have a problem, man. Because
I have a problem. Because I felt like he didn't do everything, but you got to know to give him his props, Sweet Pea. He did bring it to the forefront, but he had a Congress.
Yeah,
that was on
you
his
got a point.
back.
I'm not knocking that. I'm not knocking that. I'm not knocking that.
Okay,
I'm not knocking that.
He did try to present a lot of things for us.
Yeah, I'm not knocking that.
And not just us, other cultures too. But he did his fair share for us. I know.
Nah, he needs to do. Hey.
But if you getting shot down, everything. Only thing that barely squeezed by was Obamacare.
Yeah, just barely.
Look how they fought tooth and nail trying not to get that passed.
Oh, and Agent Orange is trying to get rid of that too.
Yeah, he pretty much has. So like I said, I know you and I go back and forth on Obama, but you know, he had his moments,
right.
but he did try. Only thing you can do is try. But when you have a Congress that's not supporting you, what can you do?
Yeah, you got a good point. I'm not knocking that. I agree with you on that. You know, but
even Clinton, he did.
Clinton didn't do nothing either.
Clinton was.
I mean, I can say this. I can honestly say this. Under Obama and Clinton, the economy was hella strong.
That's what I'm saying. He did
that was a good
share.
thing. That was a good thing.
And he was another. They tried to.
That was a good thing.
He slid by maybe because of the melanin of his skin, and they gave a little bit more pushback toward Obama because of his skin. But Clinton got some things in there for us too.
I agree.
And even though he tried to do a lot too, he got a lot of pushback too.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I mean, about the only thing that really had on Clinton was the fact that the Monica Lewinsky scandal. You know, that's the only thing they really had on him. So, and they tried to get him impeached because of that. I mean, but my whole deal when that was going on, he's not the first president to do what he did, and he ain't gonna be the last. I mean, you got people in Congress right now that's doing the very same thing.
Yeah, and they're not even they're in Congress, and they have parties and
all those kind of things, man. So you know,
I done heard so much.
Impeach that man because of that.
Really? That
was stupid. But anyway,
exactly.
What else you got?
Well, do you want to bring up the TI? Because that's a part of our.
You go ahead.
Okay,
bring it up.
I was looking at the news, and I get this feed on my phone, alerts all the time, and I saw where TI and I think it was Soulja Boy, was saying do not patronize or purchase anything from Gucci and Louis Vuitton.
Yeah,
and that brings us all together with our topic for today, financial literacy.
Right.
And I know you done some research on that, so I'm gonna let you expand on that right now.
Well, the thing of it is, whenever I see black people wearing stuff like Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Air Jordans, a lot of them, not all of them, a lot of them, they do it so they can impress other broke people. They will go a lot. Not all of them. See, there are exceptions to every rule. I didn't say everybody does it. I said a lot of them do, and a lot of them do. They do that stuff so they can impress other broke people. You will go broke.
Is that what you call clout chasing?
Clout chasing.
Okay.
You know, they buy those.
I got it. You can't.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. That's pretty much it in a nutshell. They're showing off.
Showing off, okay.
Yeah, they're showing off. I mean, Neely Fuller's book, one of the books I brought up last week, The Compensatory Counter-Racist Code, he talks about this in his book in great depth, how a lot of black people like to show off.
Okay.
Which they do, because I've seen it happen. So, and what they do is they buy this is what I call them, y'all. This is my words, nigger trinkets.
Nigger trinkets.
That's exactly what they are.
Okay.
I mean, because like whenever you got somebody out here that's don't have a dime to their name, but they can afford a pair of Air Jordans, and the only reason why they got them is because they want to show off, look, I got the new Jordans, you're not wearing them. It's the same deal with the latest and greatest iPhone. $1,200 phone, and you just want it just because it's new.
Right.
So you can say, hey, I got the new iPhone. Which is completely stupid. I mean, that's why we got to be smarter with our money.
Right.
So I'm getting ready to play this snippet of T.I. talking about what we were just discussing.
Okay.
And we'll discuss that after we get finished playing it.
Okay.
So hold on, let me get it booted up first.
Okay.
There we go.
God damn it, man, this shit got me hot, man. I mean, it's two things that really got me hot, man. It's the blatant disrespect, man, like the blatant disrespect, outright disrespect of our people and our culture. You understand what I'm saying? I'm talking about whether H&M putting little boys in, putting our children in shirts that say coolest monkey on the yard.
I remember that.
Everybody, you know what I'm saying, talk about H&M, then, you know what I'm saying, niggas quick to run straight back in there and shop for their convenience. And that's why we ain't never got nowhere. That's honestly why we ain't never got nowhere. You understand? Here we got Gucci. I'm talking about Gucci have gone so far as to design away from putting logos on their shit because they knew that's what we wanted back in the 90s, early 2000s. You couldn't hardly find no shit with no Gucci print on there. You know what I mean? Now, you know, because we buy more of their shit than Italians do, than the French do, than the British do, Now they want our business so much. They went and got Dapper Dan to become a design and consultant.
I remember that too.
Yes.
And still they coming with the monkey shit. Still they coming with the disrespect. Listen, man, I don't know how many of y'all know this. Our consumer base is the strongest and the largest consumer base in the world. $1.25 trillion. $1.25 trillion.
Which brings me back to my point.
Yeah.
I mean, T.I. did this last week. I mean, I'm not last week. He did this last year.
Yeah, 2019. I think it was 2019.
He did this in 2019.
Yeah.
And this, like I said, this drives my point right home.
To this day today.
There you go. It drives my whole point home.
I mean, I'm not gonna sit up here and be a hypocrite. You go in my closet right now, I think I got 2 or 3 Gucci bags. Okay. And I think you and I had a talk this morning. If this come out like this about Coach or Michael Kors, I'm just gonna be like, oh Lord.
Well, see, here's the thing.
I give back all my money to Michael Kors and Coach.
Well, see, here's the thing.
Not literally just saying, but I like that brand though.
I mean, you like what you like. I mean, I got a Michael Kors watch. So I hardly ever wear it, but that's neither here nor there. But and I don't have it just so I can show off. Look at this watch. I don't have it to show off. I like to watch.
Yeah, that's why I just been saying I did it because I like that brand. I liked it, and I work hard for it, so I go out and buy it.
Yeah, exactly.
But it makes you think, though. I can understand his plight about Gucci and Louis Vuitton because, those are some nice brands. But when you go into their stores, they follow you around.
They will follow you around like, what are you doing here?
Man.
So let me finish this up real quick.
I don't know how to accept your request, Tamika. I'm sorry, I really don't. I'm not as savvy on my technology shit. $1.25 trillion is what people of color, hip-hop, us, our people, the people who have the least amount of inclusion, the people who get the least amount of respect, we buy the most shit.
Yep.
You dig what I'm saying? So we don't have to force them to like us.
Nope.
We don't have to force them to accept us. But what we do have to do is stop spending our motherfucking money with people who gonna continue to give you their ass to kiss.
Come on now.
Right.
Why in the fuck you do that? For what?
To show off, I'm telling you.
For what?
Yeah.
The only reason Gucci had it because we made that shit happen.
And he's absolutely right.
Yeah.
If we stop wearing that shit today, that shit tank. Period. Ain't nobody trying to dress like nobody goddamn in the suburbs.
I'm going to stop it right there. That's enough.
That's a word.
That's a word right there.
That's a word. It hit home. I'm not going to lie. It touched my spirit.
Well, like I said, it
makes you think, though.
I mean, like I said, I got a Michael Kors watch. I hardly ever wear it, but, I'm like, go ahead and put something in there.
I'm just thinking, what do I have that okay, you said you hardly wear it, so if something like this happened with Michael Kors makes something that's derogatory toward black people,
it's going straight to the pawn shop.
Okay.
It's going straight to the pawn shop. I take whatever. Hey, it's a Michael Kors watch, man. Give me whatever. I don't care.
Okay, Gwen, I'm going to read. Gwen made a comment in the chat room. She said, Michael Kors made a statement that he don't want weave in his purses. I will not buy Michael Kors.
Hey, man.
Oh, Lord. I just said.
There you go. There you go.
Well, I don't wear weave, so, I got my little top knot on today. Let me stop trying. But come on, he said that, Gwen? I hadn't heard that.
Wow. Wow.
Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. You know how much Michael Kors crap I got? I got from the feet to the, oh my God, shoes,
you don't have to tell
jewelry.
me. I know.
I know.
Yeah, I know.
So I gotta give it all up, put it in the back of the closet. I gotta pack it up, and put it in the pawn shop.
You gotta do something. I don't know, man.
I gotta stand for my brothers and sisters.
You gotta do something because like I said, my Michael Kors watch.
We ain't gonna say sorry. No, you're not. You're not sorry. I love you, Chica.
but man, that's.
God. I
didn't know he said that. I didn't know Michael Kors had said that. I didn't know. I did not know. That's a new one on me.
She said when I was in the nursing. Okay, that was like a couple of years ago though, right? Tell me, Gwen, was that a couple of years ago?
I didn't even know that happened.
Me neither.
I know that Tommy Hilfiger said some.
That's what I was just been saying. I know I used to do Tommy Hilfiger all the time too. And when I saw that he said he didn't want black people wearing his clothing, I stopped purchasing.
Well, I never really purchased anything from Tommy Hilfiger.
Yeah,
I didn't like his clothes anyway.
I did. I used to love the red, white, and blue.
I didn't like it. I didn't like his stuff.
And the same thing with Snapple. I heard Snapple had said something, so I started drinking Snapple.
Well, here's the thing about Snapple.
I
didn't know anything about this. I didn't know anything about Snapple saying anything. Did they say something too? Oh, I gotta look that up.
Snapple did too. That's why I do not drink Snapple to this day.
Okay, I gotta look that up.
Well, I don't know if I can continue with the show. My heart hurts.
Oh man,
Elizabeth, I'm coming to join you, honey. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Because I love me some MKs. Okay.
Ain't nothing wrong with it. I mean, like I said, you like what you like, man.
I know.
That's all there's to it. But
dang. But you gotta stand in your purpose though. Yeah. Here I am giving my thoughts on black literacy, financial black literacy, and I'm walking around with a Michael Kors purse on and a Michael Kors purse and a Michael Kors watch and flip flops and oh Lord.
Like I said, man, I mean, there are some which ties into what we're talking about. There are some black-owned luxury brands out there. And us as black people, we need to start, we need to start looking at that stuff. Because, like I said, G money, we all we got.
Absolutely.
So we gotta
hold each other accountable too.
There you go. I mean, the thing.
Hold each other accountable.
And I just want to say this to my brothers and sisters out there: don't go into a black business looking for a damn discount.
Well, they do that. They be like, don't I? I know I've been guilty of that. I be like, what's your last name? I think we're cousins. Can I use your discount? But I just be kidding around. I just be joking. But there has been people who are you have a story.
Oh yeah,
where someone
man.
was very animate about.
I was living in Oklahoma City at the time, and I had just opened up a one-stop computer shop. I had been open for like maybe I say about a month, if that. And this guy comes in, this brother comes in with this laptop. The laptop is full of viruses and malware.
Wow.
And so he said, man, I got these pop-ups and stuff like that. It's running real slow. I can't get to some of my files.
I'm wiping my tears away. I'm sorry.
Don't worry about it. It happens. But he was like, man, could you fix it? I said, yeah, give me about an hour. Come back in about an hour. I got you. I had you fixed right up. Come to find out, because of the fact that he was looking at a whole bunch of porn sites, stuff like that. He was downloading a whole bunch of pornographic material, and he got hit with malware and a whole bunch of viruses.
Wow!
And so I cleaned all that stuff up. He comes back in about 45 minutes, and I was done already.
Wow! He
said, "Did you get it?" I said, "Yeah, man, I got you fixed. I got you squared away." And I called him a price. He said, "Okay, well." Since you got it here, can you make it go faster? I said, yeah. All I gotta do is like put in some more RAM and max out the RAM and give you a bigger hard drive. He said, okay, go ahead and do that. I said, all right, come back in about 30 minutes. So I went on ahead and hooked him up. I backed up all the stuff. He didn't have very much except a whole bunch of porn. So I backed all that stuff up. Redid his drive and put the new hard drive in. Maxed out the RAM. Called him, and he came back 30 minutes later. Called him a price. This is how much it is, So he looked at me and said, damn, man, it's kind of high. I said, no, it's not. It's about what you're going to pay any place else.
Right.
You give or take a few pennies.
Competitive, yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to do my thing out of business.
Right.
First thing out of his mouth, well, soon I said that, oh, come on, man, hook a nigga up.
Wow.
I said,
okay, what part were you most offended by? The request or that he used the word nigga?
Both.
Yeah.
Actually, to be honest with you.
Absolutely.
But the thing of it is, man, he was like, the request first and foremost was very insulting. Because, if I give you a discount, the next person comes in the door, I got to give them a discount too because I gave you one.
So he going to tell somebody, I went
Hell yeah, he going to go,
Mr. Reggie shop.
Yeah, exactly.
He gave me a good discount. So they going to come there looking for a discount as well.
Exactly.
Well, Lamar told me you gave him a discount.
Yeah, man. Lamar sent me over here, man. He said you hooked him up.
Right. Then he'll probably come up with 2 computers want to get fixed up.
Exactly.
With the hookup.
Yeah, with the same hookup. And so, that was the main thing that insulted me. I mean, and then you use the N-word. You know how I feel about that.
Yeah,
but anyway.
You lost him then.
Exactly. I just looked at him. I said, "Excuse me?"
Yeah.
He said, "Come on, man. Just hook us up. Just hook me up."
Right.
I said, "No, I'm not going to hook you up." He said, "Man, but the Asian dude down the street, because he was going to charge me another price." I said, "Well, take it to him then. I take my stuff out. You take it to him." He said, "No, man, I ain't got to do all that. I ain't got to do all that. Come on, man. How come you can't hook me up?"
Right.
I said, "Well, for these reasons. Number 1, I don't know you.
Right.
Number 2, I'm not related to you. And number 3, which is more important than 1 and 2, I damn sure ain't sleeping with you."
No, Lord.
He said, "Oh, man, why it's got to be like that?" Yeah. And I said, "It's like that because I'm in this to make money, man."
But see, my thing is, why is he trying to catch an attitude with you, though?
Well, it wasn't the fact that he was trying to catch an attitude. He just wanted me to give him a discount.
With the questioning, that's the attitude.
Yeah, I agree.
Keep asking me question.
Good point.
You're on the verge of attitude. Point. Don't keep asking me. So if I told you no before, the continuing questioning is not necessary.
Good point. Now, luckily, at this time, he had his girl with him.
Okay.
And she pretty much told him, said, "Man, stop being cheap and just pay that man."
Oh, well, good.
And I got my money.
Good. See, that's just, and that didn't deter you from continuing to.
Of course not.
Okay, good.
Of course not. I mean, he came back 3 weeks later with another problem.
See, okay.
Yeah. And he paid me full price. So, hey, that's what's up.
So you stood your ground and your conviction, and he came back and patronized your business again.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. So that's just the way it was. But that's the main thing about us as black people. We need to stop going into businesses like that, or black businesses in general, looking for a hookup.
Yeah. I agree.
I mean, that's part of the problem. I mean, that's not cool.
Right.
So.
But do you go anywhere else looking for, and they're still trying to make the same living like the others are trying to make a living? And I don't think you going there asking them for a hookup, would you?
No, he wouldn't.
Yeah.
He wouldn't go to a white man ask for a hookup. White man ask me for a hookup.
Exactly.
That was my whole point right there.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, that's that story.
Let's get to our topic, sir.
Let's get to it, man. Group economics, man. Group economics and financial literacy.
Right. I like to read like a little definition of what financial literacy is. Financial literacy is important because it equips us with the knowledge and skills we need to manage money effectively. Without it, our financial decisions and the actions we take or don't take lack a solid foundation for success.
Right.
For better or worse, financial literacy touches all of us in all of our lives in some capacity.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Because it's like I said in the previous show, growing up as black people, we're taught to do 1 or 2 things with our money. Either spend it or save it.
Save it on the mattress. That's one of my little top hats. Put it in a cookie jar. Save that money because you never know what's going to happen. For a rainy day. And that was one of my topics too, is saying you never know when you have unexpected expenses.
Because unexpected expenses happen all the time. Case in point, I had an unexpected expense this weekend myself.
Absolutely, you did.
Yeah, I had to get 4 new tires on my car.
Ooh.
So, granted,
it's called emergency saving account.
Yeah.
Yeah, they said it's always good to get.
Yeah, it's always good to have one of those because you never know what can happen.
Correct.
So, but because emergency, as a matter of fact, I had another one with my brakes. Remember that?
Oh yeah, not too long ago, a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. $500 lick, man.
So like when the last couple of weeks, you done spent almost over $1,000, $1,500.
Damn near.
Yeah.
Damn near.
But you had an emergency account.
Yeah, I had the money. I had the funds to do it. So and that's always a good thing to have the money backed up, put away for a little bit, and that's what I suggest that anybody do, because I had already told this lady right here that once we stand in front of the judge and we say I do, we got to have 4 accounts, and this is what I suggest anybody that does. If you're either in a long-term relationship or you're married, you need to have 4 accounts. Okay. And listen to
elaborate a little bit.
Yeah, listen to me very closely.
Okay.
one account. That's for the household. That's where you pay all your bills.
Yes.
That's the house note, your homeowner's insurance, bills, car note, car insurance for both cars. That's a household expense.
Right. Everything in the household.
That's everything in the household.
Right.
Okay. The second account is a savings account.
Okay.
Just in case, you want to save money for a vacation, or if you have something pop up, like let's say the hot water heater goes out,
exactly,
you can fix that, get that fixed and whatnot. And the other two accounts are your two individual accounts. You can do what you want to do with those. You dump a little money in that, so just in case, if there's a new PS4 game I want to go get, I can go out and get it without, having to, go ask you anything. I can just go out and get it. Same thing with you. If you want that new Michael Kors purse.
You just gonna rub salt in the wound. Oh, okay. Thanks, buddy.
But anyway, yeah, all jokes aside, if you want to get something for yourself, you don't have to come through me and say, babe, I want to get this for, if I want to get this out the, out the account, you can just go into your own account and get whatever you want.
And is that 4 accounts? Is that like that's for real? Yeah.
That will work out. I'm telling you, that will work out, because both of us will contribute to the accounts. If I'm employed, boom, everything, we split my money up 3 ways. Same deal with you. You're employed, split the money up 3 ways. So
what if you make more money than me, and I just so happen to hold your statement over the steam and it opened up by chance? I wasn't trying to open it. It was just laying right here by the stove, and the steam opened it. And I noticed in your personal account you have a whole lot of money.
Okay.
And I need something. Then what?
All you gotta do is ask.
I can just ask.
Just ask. If I got it, if I got it and you ain't got it, guess what? You got it.
Okay, that's on national. People heard you say that. So
yeah, I said it. I said it.
Yeah,
I said it.
Okay. Well, I think I was just joking. I like to crack jokes and stuff, but on the real, that is a very good idea.
Yeah,
you have to have those different.
4 accounts.
Yeah.
4 accounts.
Because you have to be knowledgeable of money. First of all, that's what we're gonna talk about here, and also you have to be prepared.
Yeah,
you have to be prepared, because things happen all the time. It's like you had to get 2 big major items on your car fixed in the last couple of weeks. You know, so yeah. And you were smart enough to have that emergency expense account. So yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Well, here's another statement I wanted to read. It's like, how can you become financial literate? And then we'll go to other topics.
All right.
One of the first things it is to hit the books. That's what we always talk about. Do your research.
Oh yeah, do your research.
Do your research
all the time.
Read magazines and online publications. They also have college classes you can take.
Yeah.
I found some classes online. There's also some apps you can utilize.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So that's how I learned how to. Once you and I sat down together, I also went about by myself and went through a couple of apps, and that's how I started thinking about the Bitcoin and all that.
Yeah.
And then also the one you was teaching me about how I do day trading.
Yeah.
Day trading. So I did my research and did the reading myself. It's also a lot of nice financial management tools out there for you to use.
Of course.
And also, listen to money podcasts. There's a lot of nice podcasts out there.
There's a lot of them
that you can listen to about financial literacy, about finances anyway, or either take a course.
Let me plug one real quick.
Okay.
Dr. Boyce Watkins, brother, he's a financial expert. He has a podcast called I think it's called the Black Business School. Okay. Check that out. That's a really good one.
Black Business School.
The Black Business School.
Okay.
Yes, check that out. Dr. Boyce Watkins. That brother knows his stuff. Trust me. Check him out.
Put that out there. Like, I'm putting that on the chat line as well. Okay. Okay, then once you do become financial literate, you can always master different avenues and different things in your life where you can learn how to budget and you know how to handle emergencies and
get yourself out of debt, which is the most important thing.
Exactly.
That's the most important thing.
Finish your emergency fund. Just try to save or transfer as much as you can if you have a goal in mind for an emergency fund. Because I did read in one of the articles when I was doing my homework that it says it's good to do 6 months in case of an emergency or the loss of a job, you know, so
you
can have that
definitely
what they call a cushion.
There you go.
Because hopefully within that 6 months you will have found another job and you can still function like you are getting a 2 weeks check or a monthly check or income, not check, but income anyway you want. You still have that money like you are receiving the income regardless. So those are some good rules of knowledge to go by. But I did want to talk about, I know the first part 1 of the podcast we had talked about that we were going to elaborate on some ways to create generational wealth and also become financial literate. So I know one of the ones is like an IRA.
Yes, IRAs. You know, there's 2 types of IRAs. There's a traditional IRA and then there's a Roth IRA.
Correct.
Okay, the traditional IRAs, which IRA stands for Individual Retirement Account. Individual Retirement Account. Okay, and that's basically money that's put aside just for you whenever you decide I'm not working no more.
You get to that age.
You get to that age.
52.
You know, yeah, exactly. You get to that age. You get to that age, then you know
it's time for me to say sorry now.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Now the thing about traditional IRAs is that traditional IRAs, they have what we call an aggressive growth.
Correct.
They're very aggressive.
Correct.
Here's a chart that I got put up here.
Nice.
As you can see, the traditional IRAs have really, really, really fast growth. But on the other side of that coin, that fast growth means it can fall fast.
Yeah.
See,
because it goes by does it go by the trade or the rate? Or
there you go.
Yeah.
It goes by that.
Okay.
Now a Roth IRA is more, I want to say, steady, for lack of a better term.
It never fluctuates.
It doesn't really fluctuate.
Right.
It keeps going up. I mean, it doesn't grow as aggressive as a traditional IRA, but it never declines.
Correct.
Even when the economy is in the tank, it doesn't decline. It stops. It just keeps going.
Correct. You don't lose
anything.
Correct.
You don't lose anything. You don't gain anything at the same time, but you don't lose anything.
Yes.
Which is the biggest problem that a lot of people have with those Roth IRAs. So, I mean, which is the biggest thing they have with the traditional IRAs, which is why a lot of financial consultants would tell you not to go with the traditional IRAs, but they will tell you to go for the Roth IRAs because it's guaranteed growth.
Correct.
So,
another one is also if you are fortunate to have a 401k at your job.
Man, definitely. I would tell anybody to get a 401k. I would definitely tell anybody to get a 401k. If you have a job, sign up for your 401k. I'm going to say it again. If you have a job, sign up for your 401k.
Right.
Because that, and just leave it there. I mean, even if you switch jobs, you can have it transferred from job to job.
What they call rollover.
Yeah, roll it over. And roll over from one job to another.
Correct.
So, and here's a little chart that I have. By the time you're in your 20s, that's how much you gain. 30s, you gain even triple that. In your 40s, it doubles, and when you get to your 50s, you have a pretty good cushion. Then when you get to your 60s, when you get your retirement age, you should have about X amount of dollars inside this inside this account.
Wow.
Now, and a 401k basically is an investment account for those of you who don't know.
Correct.
They just take
your money. They also are based off of the stock market, Federal Reserve.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Federal Reserve and the stock market.
Correct.
So those things are definitely doable. And they are really a good thing to do. They really are. I mean, I'm gonna tell anybody, definitely, if you're a youngster, you won't even miss the money. Just take it out of your paycheck before deductions come out. You won't even miss it. Depends on how much you got. So.
Okay. Also, Gwen just posted on the chat line. She said a thrift
savings account.
A thrift savings account.
Yeah,
yes.
Those are good too.
Yeah.
Those are good too because it gains interest aggressively.
Oh, okay.
So
now, is that offered as something you have to look into yourself, or can you get that on your job?
Some jobs offer it.
Okay.
Some jobs offer it. I would definitely go for that too.
So it's something different from your 401k.
Right. Well, yes, it's pretty much the same thing. It's along the same lines.
Just another savings.
Right. Just another savings for you. That's all it is. That's all it is. Those savings and investment.
Okay.
So once you get those things popping, like I said, by the time you get to be about 65, you don't have to worry about anything because, like, with the way things are going right now, if they keep on taking money from the Social Security Fund, we ain't gonna have nothing.
Via Walmart. Welcome to Walmart, baby.
Welcome to Walmart. 80 years old. So, but those are a good thing.
Yeah.
And
I have a couple of more inheritance.
Yeah. Inheritance. A lot
I know
of
we
people
get that a little later as well as far as generational wealth.
Yeah, that's generational wealth, inheritance. You know, a lot of people, much as I hate to say it, they wait for an old person to die sick to get that inheritance.
Or to get that insurance policy.
Which is
so sad.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
Good Lord.
You don't want to put a bulls out on nobody's back.
Exactly.
I mean, you know.
You're like, you coughing? You okay? You know.
They're on the phone with the funeral director.
Exactly. So, she coughed 2 times straight. Let me go ahead and get that bronze casket.
Get that taken.
You know, be like, just plan the funeral off a cough.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll come back to that one also with the generational wealth. But like we spoke earlier, cookie jar.
Yeah, put the money.
But does that really work though? Because you're not really gaining no interest
on it, man. That's the only thing about that. Yeah. So, which is why I wanted to stress mostly. Well, you know, we're going to talk about group economics in a minute, but we're going to talk about investing a little bit more on investing. So we're going to talk about. The one thing I want to talk about right now is what I'm getting ready to put up on this screen is ETFs versus mutual funds.
Correct. So
here's the deal with, and I've always said this to people that have asked me this question. I am definitely a proponent of investing in ETFs.
Okay. Yes.
You know that.
Yes.
I got you into it.
Yes, you did.
So ETFs are a very good thing. Let me say that again. ETFs are a very good thing. Here are the pros and cons of getting an ETF. An ETF is just like a mutual fund, except there's no limitations as to how much you have to purchase in order to get into it.
Correct.
You can buy one ETF.
Correct.
You can buy 30 ETFs. Depends on how much you got to invest. So they're definitely good, and the thing about that one, when it comes to the dividends for the ETFs, you can either keep it yourself and reinvest it, or you can just take it out, do what you want to do with it.
Just buy some more.
Or just buy some more. That's what I normally do.
Yeah, reinvest.
Just reinvest. That's it. Just reinvest it. Now with the mutual funds, the funds that the money that you make from the mutual funds, that's automatically reinvested. But you might not want to do that. You might have something pop up that you need that money for.
Exactly.
So yeah.
So a mutual fund would probably be best is just put it out there and let it do its thing.
Yeah, let it do its thing.
And then when you get to a certain, I guess that's what they call mature.
Yeah.
Once it mature, you go out there and be like, okay, I think I'm gonna go ahead and take it out or whatever.
Yeah. Well, that's more or less along the lines of a CD.
A CD, okay.
Yeah, that's a security.
So a mutual fund just be good to just put out there and just let it.
Just forget about it.
Just forget for how long though?
As long as you want to keep it until you decide to sell it.
Okay.
Or then, because you have to buy a limitation of a mutual fund. Like some of them are like, I looked at some, they were like, the limit you have to buy, the minimum you have to buy is like $2,000.
Wow.
So, but with the ETF, you can buy as many or as little as you want.
These are shares, right?
Well,
yes.
Well, actual ETFs, yeah. That's pretty much what an ETF and a mutual fund is. It's like a conglomerate or a big knot of other companies.
Correct.
Because we both have one that's got Amazon in it, Apple is in it. What else? Microsoft is in it.
One of the other big
Pfizer
companies.
Is in it.
Yeah, Johnson I think I have one that has Johnson & Johnson in it.
Yeah, different companies is in those ETFs.
They all roll into one ETF.
Yeah, roll into one ETF, and those are good things to have. And the ETFs normally have a really, really higher yield. What Angela say?
Okay, we have a comment on the chat line from Angela. It says between your 20s to your 40s or 50s, you would change jobs.
Yep.
With changing jobs, should you roll your 401k over to an IRA and start a new 401k with the new job?
What I would do, this is just me personally. I'm glad that's a really good question, Angie.
Absolutely.
That's a really good question. This is what I did. I can tell you what I did for me. You know what, babe? Put the phone on back out there.
Okay.
Put the phone on back out there.
Okay.
Angie, if you can't call in.
Okay.
We'll put the phone on back out there.
Okay, and the phone number is 469, or anybody else who want to call. The phone number is 469-638-3459.
Yeah.
That's 469-638-3459. 3459. Angela, give us a call so we can talk to you one-on-one right quick, if you don't mind.
Yeah. Because that's a really good question. That's a really good question. I'm glad somebody did that. But that'd be a good one. So, but anyway, I can only speak from my personal experience. With me, with whenever I switched jobs, 'cause I was working at this place called Candid Color Systems in Oklahoma City. And this right before I got this right after, no, I was in college at the time. I was in college at the time. And I was working at this place called Candid Color Systems. And I was getting ready to start working for Tinker Air Force Base. And I had a 401k. And so I just went on ahead and I rolled mine over to another 401k. And it worked out just fine for me. It just depends on it just depends on who you talk to, number one. And number two, how aggressive you want that how much you want that money to grow.
Okay.
So that's what I did. I just rolled mine over to a 401k. Now, as I have gotten older, it wouldn't be a bad idea to roll over to an IRA.
But do you get penalized for that? Do you lose anything?
Nope. You don't lose
everything you have will just roll free and clear.
Free and clear.
Okay.
Free and clear.
Okay. She might not can cock. I know she used her phone and listen to the show.
She probably can, but it's okay. That's okay. But anyway, that's my answer, Angie. That's my answer. So.
Okay, so the next one would be stock market, investment market, money markets.
Yes.
You
Something
have any
else.
of those? You have a money market?
Yeah, that's what TD Ameritrade is. It's a money market account.
Okay.
So you have one. We have a money market account. TD Ameritrade, that's what that is. It's a money market account.
See, I'm glad I'm having this conversation because I thought it was a stock. Oh, that is stock money. Okay, yeah. Well, okay, I guess I'm confused because I always thought a money market account was like when most people win the lottery.
No.
And they get like this financial planner or an accountant, and they always tell them, because I know for the owner of my old company, he has several money markets.
Yeah.
And it's because when his father, I'm not trying to put his business in the street, but when his father passed away, he already have money, so this is just quote unquote what they call extra money. I don't understand that, but he put it in. He chopped it up into 4 different money market accounts.
Smart move.
Yeah,
that's a really smart move. So that way, if one gets depleted, he got the backups.
Okay.
So that's why he did that. That was a smart move.
Okay.
That was a smart move.
Okay.
So and he can always reinvest. He can take that money or whatever. He can invest in whatever he wants to invest in.
Okay. Huh. I guess okay. So money market. So that's what we have as a money market account.
Yeah, it's always good to have. It's good to have one. I mean, and especially when somebody wins the lottery, if they don't want to take the whole thing, which a lot of them do, which I think is, which I think would be completely. That would not be a good smart move.
So that'll be absurd. No.
That would be absurd. Yeah. I don't want my whole thing because they're gonna take a big old chunk out of it anyway.
Absolutely.
If you take the whole thing, tax is gonna take almost half of it.
Yes.
So
that's what happened with me. I had 401k before, and I was very proud of it.
Yeah.
But then Enron hit.
Oh man, it messed everything up, didn't it?
I cried like a baby.
I'm sure you did. I'm sure you did, because a lot of people got hit when that happened.
I cried like a newborn. I was like, "Now who is this Enron person?" I had questions.
Oh, everybody did, man.
That's the gamble that you take when you're in 401k, because they use your money to invest.
There you go. So that's the only thing about that.
Well,
that's
I didn't tell y'all to invest at first of all, but
Mm-hmm.
then I got the knowledge. I'm like, okay,
everybody took a hit on that.
But
I
was surprised when I saw how much you were. I was like, oh, that's how much I done did it, a couple of years. But
yeah.
But that don't end right. And even now with the stock market, I guess if you guys, I know you have 401k and other people have 401k, if you check it now, it's probably not what you think it is.
No.
Because there's so much up and down that's been going on because of COVID with
and
the stock market.
Risk, and that's the risk of the stock market.
Absolutely.
That's the risk of the stock market.
Absolutely.
And I tell people this all the time. I mean, it's just like with, you go along the lines of creating generational wealth. The real estate market, it goes up and down. There's no guarantee. I mean, you will make money in the real estate game, but the real estate market goes up and down all the time. Just like the stock market goes up and down.
Well, that was one of my thoughts earlier when I was thinking is it really a good thing to have? It's going to keep going up and down like that. Cause that's, cause that's what most young people, I know, like when I was doing, I don't mean to cut y'all back. When I was doing payroll and HR, I would try to advise most of the young people that was coming in, here, take advantage of the 401k. So they'd be like, no, I need my money right now, blah, 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 blah. Cause I guess they didn't think.
They don't think, they don't think ahead. They don't think long term.
Mm-hmm.
They don't think long term. Mm-hmm. Well, I have an old soul, so, with me having an old soul, I'm thinking long term. Yeah. Exactly. I'm thinking long term because like I'm looking like, when I get 60, I'm going to need some money. Mm-hmm. See, now the younger cats, when they start, because I've told several of my nieces and nephews that, look, this is what you need to do with your money. Invest your money.
Right.
Forget them Air Jordans. Take that same money you're going to spend on those Air Jordans and invest and open up you a money market account and invest in the stock market.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Trust me, you'll thank me later.
No, I think a lot of these young what they call millennials or X generation, whatever. I think they're getting it now.
They're getting it now.
I think they're getting it now. But like maybe 10, how long ago? Maybe 12, 15 years ago, they didn't get it.
Hell no, I didn't get it.
They were straight out of school. They wanted to move out, get a fancy car, wear nice clothes. They weren't thinking long term. But I think by them being in the world now and see how this economy, one day you can be here, the next day you can be here. I think they're getting it now.
Oh yeah,
they're looking out for their future.
In other words, life is kicking them in the ass.
Oh yeah,
that's pretty much in the nutshell.
Definitely.
Let's call it what it is. Definitely. Life is kicking them in the ass.
Now I think earlier Gwen had mentioned thrift savings. Is that the same thing as a treasury security?
Pretty much.
Okay, then the bonds.
Yeah, that goes along the lines of investing.
Okay.
So,
Well, those are different avenues I found that you can utilize to become financial literate.
Yeah, and create generational wealth at the same time.
Like investing your money and things like that. Yeah.
And on top of that, you can create generational wealth. And there's several ways you can create generational wealth. Mm-hmm. The most popular way to create generational wealth is to start a business.
That was the next point.
Yeah. That's the most popular way to create generational wealth.
Well, let's just start from you, sir. You have several. So what was in your spectrum of realm of thinking that you was like, I think I want to start my own business?
Plain and simple. I don't want to work for nobody else for the rest of my life. I mean, that's not a way to get rich. I would tell anybody that because this old black man told me this years ago. I wasn't even a teenager at the time. I was like 13. I take that back. Yeah, I was like 13, 14 years old. I was a pubescent teen. So anyway, yeah, I was like young, But anyway, so he was telling me because he was an old man that pretty much had his fingers in a little bit of everything.
Okay.
And he told me flat out, he said, "Young man, take this advice. Best advice you'll ever hear." Mm-hmm. He said, "You'll never get rich working for somebody else."
Yeah,
and I'm going to say that again for everybody listening. You will never get rich working for somebody else. That is a very true statement.
You can move up in the company.
You can move up in the company, but you will not get rich.
It's not your company.
No, it's not your company. Right. You don't own that company. You run that for somebody else. You're getting a paycheck.
Right.
Okay, you're not writing the checks. Mm-hmm. Now, when you get to the point where you are writing the checks, just maybe you might be getting somewhere. But until then, not going to happen.
Correct.
You'll never get rich working for somebody else.
Okay.
So that's why that was my main motivation for starting my business or businesses. Okay. That was my motivation because I don't want to work for somebody else for the rest of my life. Right. That's not what I want to do.
I know they always teach us, or we have taught, or we are learning now that is a good avenue to venture down. But what if you don't know what you can do? What if you don't know what type of business to start, where to start, and things like that?
Well,
did you take a class?
No.
Or how did you get started?
Nah, I didn't take a class or nothing. I just said, you know what? I've been doing computer stuff since I was 11 years old.
So that's inbred.
Yeah.
Okay.
Been doing it since I was 11 years old. Mm-hmm. As far as I'm concerned, there's not a person on this planet that knows more about computers than I do. I mean, that's just the way I feel.
Absolutely.
I mean, I'm good at what I do. I mean, hell, the proof is in the pudding, people. And I said, why don't I just start my own business? That'll be a whole lot easier for me because that way I can just eliminate the middleman.
Right.
I can make all the money.
Right.
I ain't got to worry about taking orders from nobody. I can make my own schedule and all that good stuff. And it's the same deal with the T-shirts, because I looked at this, I saw this dude wearing a Malcolm X shirt, and I said, I could do a better shirt than that.
And you have.
And I did.
Yeah.
So, you know, and that's
but
pretty
I guess
much
I'm
it.
asking, like, how did you know where? Like, did you go, like, to the state of incorporation? Did you do your research to learn how to start a business?
I can honestly tell you that, you know, with me, I was working for what's called a managed service provider. Whenever they would have like their little meetings or whatever, I would ear hustle.
Oh, okay. So you were there, like, you working on their computer like this?
Exactly. Ear hustling. Right, taking my
notes
little notes and said, okay, that's what they gonna do.
Very savvy, sir.
Yeah, that's what. All right, I see what they doing. I start thinking to myself, okay, this is what they doing.
Yeah.
All right, that's what's up. I've been doing this for years.
You didn't have to pay no broker, no
nothing.
agent,
nobody nothing. Man, just sit back and listen.
Right.
Because I was a spook that sat by the door. Literally. That's exactly what I was. A spook that sat by the door. So that's pretty much what I did, man. I just started ear hustling.
Right.
And you can learn a lot by ear hustling. That's how a lot of businesses got started.
That's I will tell you about. That's how owner, I knew about his financial planning and things like that. That's why I said right now, like, I know we're not doing anything right now operational, but he's okay.
Exactly.
Because he has those other accounts that he's divvying out.
He's good.
He I'm not gonna say set, but he's okay.
Yeah.
I don't think he's missed a meal this whole 6 months.
I don't think he has either.
Yeah, so he's okay. So
he good.
Yeah.
So
because he had that already set up.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
So that's what you do.
Here's another one I found. It also say, you said start a business. It also say support a black-owned business.
Oh yeah, definitely,
well.
Definitely, man, definitely. That's group economics right there.
That is group economics.
That's group economics.
Yes. We gotta pull each other up. What they say, buy your bootstraps.
Yeah, we gotta help each other out, man. You know, that's what you do. That's what you do to do group economics, and that's what we have to do as a people. Is group economics.
Absolutely.
The Hispanics do it.
All day, every day.
The Asians do it.
All day, every day.
Yeah. Even the people that come over from Africa, they do it.
Yes, they do.
So if they can do it, we can do it.
Absolutely.
I mean, we did it before.
Why don't we, though?
Well, see, here's the thing about it. We did it before in Tulsa.
Oh, that's right.
Black Wall Street.
Black Wall Street. Yeah.
Group economics all day long.
And how many years ago was that?
That was, let's see, they burned it down in 1921.
Wow.
So yeah, almost 100 years ago.
Wow.
Almost 100 years ago. 99 years ago to be exact.
Jeez. And how about they say hire black workers?
I don't have a problem with that. I mean, definitely got to hire you. I mean, because that's the only way we're going to practice group economics.
Correct.
You got to hire your own people.
For a while, there used to be that stigma out there. But, with that stigma, you don't want to emasculate everyone.
No, you don't.
They say black people are lazy or they're going to steal from you.
Which is bullshit. Call
in every other day. But that's just, you can have that with other races as well. Because I've experienced that by being a manager.
Hell yeah, you have.
So, yeah.
That's a lie, man. Yeah. Come on. There are some that do. But just because you got that one person that does, the 30 that don't.
I was just going to say, that one always going to take advantage. But you're going to have those other 29 be like, okay, I got to get her here and
right.
do my job.
Exactly. Yeah. If I hire 30 black people and that one black person is acting stupid, I'm going to cut him off.
Correct.
Him or her. I'm going to cut them off.
Even if it's your own sister or brother.
If they ain't working, they got to go. I'm sorry. I'm in it to make money, man. I can't be taking care of you. What the hell?
Okay, here's the next one. Open an account at a black bank.
You know what? And you know this to be true. I've been looking to do this.
Yeah. I think we have found some, but only one we found local was like with churches.
I'm sorry. No.
I'm not sure.
No. I'm sorry.
I did a little research for him, and I found some they're not local, but the ones that we found local was mostly like credit unions through like big churches.
No, I don't want to do that.
Yeah. You don't think that's a good idea?
No. I mean, for me, no. I mean, for anybody else, you won't do that. Hey, knock yourself out. I would never tell somebody not to do something. But for me, nah.
Right.
I'm sorry. I feel some type of way about that.
Okay.
But yeah, that's all group economics right there.
That's all group account at a black bank. Because you're still keeping it all in the, together in the realm of that.
Exactly.
It says attend community events. I don't know.
Well, let's say, let's take my favorite bookstore, the Pan African Connection.
Okay.
They have stuff like the They have stuff like the drum circle. And I've been to that a couple of times, man. That is like the coolest thing in the world, because basically what they do, they sit up and they just play the drums and they play their rhythm, man. And something about those drums.
Steel drums.
No, the regular drums. Yeah,
really?
The hand drums, man. Wow. That's the coolest thing in the world to me. Because check this beat that I'm playing right now. That was inspired by that.
Oh, okay.
That whole, that whole boom bap. Those drums inspired that.
Okay.
So, with that being said, those community events are some of the coolest things in the world. They have all kinds of things over there.
Oh yeah.
You just gotta look them up.
Years since I've been there, but yeah, it was it was kind of emotional.
Yeah.
When you see some of the things and some of the statues and the little plaques they have, and you read what it's about and stuff.
They have all kinds of things there.
A beautiful place. Though.
They have all kinds of things there, man. They have this thing where they're teaching children, little children, how to play chess. Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, exactly. It's a very inspirational place.
That is cool, man. So yeah, definitely go to community events. That would be a good thing to do. That's definitely a black.
And to piggyback off of that, it says create a community garden.
Yes, that's a good idea. So that way you can have fresh vegetables.
I know my church does that. They have like this massive garden in the back of the church, and anybody in the community plus the attendees of the church can go out there anytime that the garden is open. I
had a friend of mine in Oklahoma City. His wife, and a couple other people had started a community garden. And I went over to his house, and me and him was chilling and whatnot. And he asked, and he said, "Hey man, you want a salad?" I said, "Yeah." Give me a salad. He went out to the garden, picked every single vegetable out the salad.
Wow.
And I can tell you right now, that was the best salad I ever ate.
Yeah. Fresh.
Everything was fresh. That was the best salad. That was the best tasting salad I ever ate.
Wow. That was good. Yeah, I know. That's why I said I've seen a lot of those, and it's very inspiring to know that we are taking care of our own. So I think that's a very good idea.
Yeah, that's the whole point behind group economics.
And I noticed the next one with a lot of our ministers and some of our athletes are getting into this. They're starting black schools.
Yes.
Starting black schools.
Yes. And hire black teachers.
Yes, absolutely.
That's the only thing about it. I mean, it's one thing to have a black school, but you got to hire black teachers too.
Yeah.
That's the only thing about it. Yeah. I mean, there's a black school in Oklahoma City called Millwood. It's a black school. All the teachers there are black. The principal is black. Wow. Superintendent is black. Everybody is black. And I mean, when I tell you that school is black, it's blackity black. And I would have had the opportunity to go to school there, but I didn't. But
I went to all blacks. I went to all black high school. Yeah, and I went to two all black colleges. So yeah, I mean they had like other race of teachers there, but the majority were black. Yeah. Okay, here's another. I know we're going to talk about a little later, but it has to here create trust. We have a call, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's go ahead and get this thing crack-a-lacking.
Hello.
What's up? Who's calling?
I mean, they had like other race of teachers there, but they were majority. Turn your radio down.
Okay, here's
another. I know we're going to talk about. And hello. We have a call, ladies and gentlemen. Can you hear us?
They got some feedback.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hi, Angela. How are you?
Turn your radio down.
Turn your phone down, and we can hear the feedback.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hello, no.
Can you hear us? Hello,
Angela.
Hello.
Can you hear us?
Hello. Hold on, the mics ain't on.
Hello.
Tell her call back.
Can you hear us?
I can't hear you guys.
Okay, call us. Let me text her and tell her to call back.
All right.
I can't hear you guys.
Okay. Okay, let me get the microphone set up.
Okay. But yeah, I think that was a very good one. That
No, tell her call back when we get the mics fixed.
Okay.
We'll let her know when the mics fixed.
Okay.
But go ahead, baby. Continue what you were saying
about going to the all black schools and things like that. Heck, this ain't going on. I'm gonna text her. a lot of people have a problem with that because, like, I know, like, I was trying to encourage my niece to go to a HBCU, and well, she had planned to go to one because I had went to 2 different ones, and okay, I'm gonna say, hold on, ladies and gentlemen. And I had went to a HBCU as well, and I know a lot of people have their reservation about going to a HBCU and all black high school. But I learned a lot. Because I had a chance to go to a charter school, because I don't know if a lot of you guys know, but I graduated early because I was passed up because of my knowledge. No. But my mom wanted me to stay within the realms of my own, ethnicity and my own, what's the word I'm looking for? Culture, more or less. Because she didn't want me to, I guess she didn't want me to feel like intimidated or inferior by going somewhere else that I wasn't accustomed to. But I don't regret it at all. Not at all. But I think that's a very good idea, because one of the ones I know there's been several, but the one that has really touched me particularly is LeBron James. He has opened up a school, if I'm not mistaken, it's in Ohio, where he's from, Cleveland, Ohio, or probably Akron, Ohio. And you can hear so many unbelievable things that he and the students of this school are doing. And when the TEA or whatever, I think it's the TEA, when they do the assessment tests and things like that, they try to see if the school how they can be accredited and get the letter grade or whatever. It was outstanding, and it was so inspiring to hear that. Now, I do know we do have a couple of schools here in the Metroplex that's like that. I think I heard of one that's called Trust or either Truth. And I know Deion Sanders had one too, but I don't know if he still have his or not. But and I know there's one called Kind. It's another. It just inspired to me to see those type of schools out there, because they just don't take black children; they take all races. Even though it was started by black donors or black owners or whatever. Yeah. Very inspiring.
That's a cool thing.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I've always been the kind of person that, a black school. And I guess in my college scholastic career, I think that was one of the biggest regrets that I had, was not going to an HBCU. Because there was one right there in Oklahoma City, and right there in Oklahoma, Langston University. Try it again.
Okay.
Langston University. So.
But Langston is a
HBCU.
Yeah,
yes, it is.
Is. That's where you wanted to
go. That's where I want to go.
Okay, but I
went to OU.
OU. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But I thought I wanted to go to Langston too, but I ended up going east. Went to all the schools in East Texas.
Nothing wrong with that. I mean,
absolutely.
but definitely, man, definitely, I would definitely go to a black school. I would definitely support a black school. I would definitely support one.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you had the means, would you start a school?
Of course.
Yeah. I know you always talk about if you could homeschool, you would homeschool your
my grandsons.
Your
for sure. Yes, definitely.
Awesome.
Definitely. My mother. Let's try it again, Angie.
We got a call.
Hello, can you hear us now? Hello,
Angela, can you hear us?
I don't think she can hear us.
Is it because she has the feedback on her radio?
No, this ain't anything to do with it. Hello?
I can hear her saying hello.
I can hear her, but she can't hear us.
On my iPad, but not on the phone.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes, I have to have my iPad on.
Okay.
Okay, that's fine.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
But y'all can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Angela?
Okay, just make sure I do it like this. Am I live?
Hi, yes, you are live. Go ahead with your question or your statement.
Sorry for the late call.
Okay.
Okay, great. Yeah, I asked you to call so you can answer my question in regards to the 401k. I'm sorry, I was scrambling around trying to get my iPad out.
Okay.
Could you repeat what you said about...
Oh, she didn't hear your answer.
Okay, my question is basically the question that you read on the air about the 401k.
Yeah.
And whether I should have roll the first job 401k over to an IRA, or kept it and started a new one with the new job that I had at Prudential?
I can tell you what I did from my own personal experience. When I was in my early 20s, I was working for this company called Candid Color Systems. They had a 401k.
Mm-hmm.
I started working for Tinker Air Force Base. I rolled over my 401k to another 401k.
And she can't hear us otherwise.
I started working for Tinker Air Force Base. I rolled over my 401k to another 401k.
No, I can hear you. I still have my iPad up, so I can hear you just fine.
Good. Okay, but anyway, yeah, that's what I did.
Did they answer your question, Angela?
Hold on, I think I got it.
Oh, you got it.
Okay.
All right, there we go. Can you hear us now?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, I got it. I got it. Okay, I got it fixed now, so we're good.
Okay. Thank you for that information. That did answer my question.
Okay.
But do you have any questions about anything else you've heard, or any statements about anything?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yes, I do. Let me cut this down so it doesn't interfere with anything.
Okay.
I'm sorry, we're live. So my question in regards to starting a business, I had a question about that. I understand Reggie said he started this business because he it's like, I don't want to work for nobody all my life. So with starting that business, did you feel like it was better to use money that you already had saved up, or go and get a loan?
It probably would have been easier for me to get a loan, but I'm a little bit hard-headed, so I just went ahead and did it on my own. Because, for me, that's a whole lot better for me, because I don't want to be obligated to anybody. I don't want to have to pay back no loans or anything like that. So that's why everything that I did came out of pocket.
Mm-hmm.
The business that you started was actually a t-shirt business.
No, he started his IT business first.
Yeah, I started my IT business first, and the t-shirt business came later.
Right.
So then you started IT business, then a t-shirt business. Those are more on smaller scales. Do you plan to invest bigger in maybe a bigger business, or you just planning to grow the two that you have? Not saying that the two you have can't grow, but are you like something more on a financial, maybe a financial business, something of more magnitude, but you have more black people are investing and need to know how to handle their money, maybe take a financial business on a larger scale?
You know what? If I was a financial person, I would say, yeah, that'd be a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
But being that I'm a computer geek, nah, I can't do that. But about the only thing I could do with that is just
continue to add to your. I think you have 6 or 7 clients now.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, just continue to add to the clients.
To it. So, so to answer your question, yes, I'm definitely going to grow both of my businesses. As a matter of fact, I'm getting ready to start doing that for the t-shirt business now.
Absolutely.
And as far as my IT business is concerned, right now I have 6 clients, and I'm getting ready. And I was supposed to work for the 7th, but that didn't quite pan out the way I wanted to.
Oh, Rona got in the way.
Oh, Rona
When's
got
she
in the way
gonna
with
pack
that
up
one.
and leave?
Exactly.
Ooh,
So,
Lord.
but yeah, I'm definitely going to expand my businesses, because like right now, with the IT field being what it is, it's not really saturated the way the t-shirt business is. I can definitely grow it and do more things with it, and I'm working on that now, as a matter of fact, too. So that's it.
Okay.
Well, I have a question. Will it ever come to a point where someone might approach you and say you guys go in together and join your business? Like you still say, if you run across another IT guy or another t-shirt guy, they be like, okay, why don't we combine our business together? Would you ever do that?
Yeah, if the money's right.
Okay.
If the money's right. If the money's right.
But would that be taken away from you starting your own business, or would that just be enhancing it?
That'd be enhancing it.
Okay.
And if anything, I just sell my half of the business to him and start another one.
Oh, okay.
So
that's smart. Very smart. So do you recommend starting out on your own first, or what are your feelings about going in like I think one of the questions that I have reading now, a group effort? Like a group, like we tried to do with the GNS. I know we weren't trying to start a business, but we were thinking about getting together and getting into stocks together.
And that would have been group economics there.
Yeah, that would have, exactly.
So
what are your thoughts about that?
I would not have a problem with that. I mean, if I would have had a couple of people, with the same kind of background that I had, I wouldn't have a problem with that. You just got to be a little bit careful when it comes to the money part of it.
I think what I need to say is like everybody needs to know their understanding of their finances and what we're getting into.
Precisely.
And I know we were going to do that together if the GNS group is listening, but we also decided we will also get our own knowledge behind it.
There you go.
And then come back together within 6 or 7 months and talk about what we've learned and then see if we can pick that back up. Yeah. So hopefully, I think it's about time to approach that, and we'll probably think about doing it probably the first of the year.
Yeah.
Because by now, I know I've done my research, and I'm still continuing to learn, which is one of the reasons why we did this class. I mean, we did this podcast, the first one, and this part too, so people can go out there and do their own research and find out if this is something that they want to do.
I think it might be a part 3 coming up too.
You think so?
I think so.
It's like I said, by me just doing a different homework and going down a different avenue, I've learned so much. Things I had, like today, I'm learning so much that I didn't even know was out there that's accessible. So yeah. I mean, to get your financial literacy and to get your financial wealth and your financial health up, there is so much.
Well, like I said, money is power. Money is power, plain and simple.
Yeah.
And that's why we're doing this show. But I hope that answers your question, Angie.
Yes, I have another question.
Go ahead. Knock yourself out. Knock yourself out.
I know I heard Mimi say that, sometimes you want to start your own business, but you're not quite sure as to what you want to start.
Yeah.
So you having your own business, if someone like me come along who too not sure which avenue to take to start a business or exactly what type of business I want to start, do you recommend or would you say, okay, you have financial funds that you would like to invest, would you allow me to invest in your business? Do you think that's a good idea?
Would you take on an investor?
Would I take on an investor?
Okay.
You know what? I've been thinking about that.
Say it again, Angela.
In his pre-existing business, and so far he's coming up and it's successful so far.
Yeah.
And would you allow outside investors?
Good question. Good question.
That's a really good question. I wouldn't, honestly, I would not have an issue with that. I would not have an issue with that because the only thing that investing money is going to do is give me the funds to grow my business into something bigger than what it really is. And then once I make my money, I can just cash that investor out. So yeah, that'd be a good idea. That's not a bad idea at all.
Not at all.
I won't have a problem with that.
Okay, being that you are willing to let someone come from the outside and invest, would there be a limitation on that person that you're allowing to invest as being, would I have to be knowledgeable? Would you be open to try me in the business and get me up to speed as to what I'm investing in and why it's a good investment with your business?
Oh yeah, because you want to know where you want to know where your money is going. That's anybody.
Yeah, exactly.
That's anybody. I don't have a problem with that. I would definitely walk anybody through that wants to invest in anything that I got going on.
Absolutely.
I would definitely walk them through it because they won't know where their money is going.
You got to show me in black and white.
There you go. Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. Show you what I do, everything. I would. Yeah.
Take you to the plan, walk you around.
There you go. Yeah, this is what I'm doing. Exactly. Yeah. That's what you do. That's what any smart person would do that's in business that has investors. Yeah, definitely.
I guess another thing I have a problem. It's like with me, I want that, and I can see myself as a boss or whatever, or as a business owner, but I don't know what I can do. Or I mean, how do you even fathom that in your mind? Do you have to go off like what your passion is?
Well, exactly. That's part of it. Because I have a passion for drawing.
Yeah.
So that's part of it. You got to figure out what it is that you're good at, that you're pretty much better than anybody that you know at. For example, you're an accountant. Do that.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's why I've been taking the avenues to get ready to prepare. Cause right now I'm becoming a certified notary to work in the commercial field. Yeah. And then after that, I'm gonna start get myself prepared so I can become a CPA. So yeah, I'm taking the steps, but would I really want to do that for the rest of my life? You know.
Well, it depends. Like I said, you gotta have the passion for it. Because I've always been a computer geek, always since I was little.
Well, I've been in numbers, been doing numbers. That's all I've ever done as a job, as a career.
Yeah, same deal with me in computers. So that's all I've ever done for the past damn near 30 years.
Blessing and blessing.
Yeah. So definitely just find what you're good at.
Yeah.
Really good at. And then just do it better than anybody else. And just offer somebody nobody else offering you. You're good to go after that.
Correct.
That's all you
gotta get that marketing up though.
That's the only thing about it. That's the problem that a lot of people, especially black people, have. They don't have the marketing tools to expand.
Because the field is saturated.
You just especially with the shirt business.
To step out. Yeah. I didn't find it out to start seeing you. I'm like, wow, this many people make shirts.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Yeah. It's saturated. The market is definitely saturated.
Okay, Angie Bangie, did we answer your questions?
Yes, you did. Thank you so much for taking my call. I appreciate it.
Now, if you decide to start your own company, now you make sure you plug us and say that we the one that gave you that go ahead and that financial literacy that you need to get started.
Thank you for taking my call.
All right.
Good night, girl. Bye, baby sister.
She already gone.
Okay, let me go to the next. So I think that was it on the group economics.
No, I think the one you left off on was create trust funds for your children.
That's the one for the
that growth, one is a really, really, really good one. I mean, a lot of people know what a trust fund is. Basically, it's just money that you set back and you put it inside this little fund thingy. And like, let's say if you start out with like $1,000, leave it alone. It's going to gain interest every year. And by the time your child turns 18 or whatever, if you want to give it to them, 18 or 21, depends on what you want to do. I would say
most of them are like 21 when they graduate college.
Once they get out of college
like
and whatnot. 21, 22, somewhere along in there, whenever they get out of school or whatever. Or just have it set up. You have to have a degree first before you can get this money.
Yeah, they have stipulations to it.
Exactly. Yeah. That would be a smart move.
Definitely.
It really would. Because that's also creating generational wealth, because trust funds can be passed down from person to person.
Yes. Absolutely. True.
So with that said, creating a trust fund for your children, because I want to do that for my grandsons.
Okay.
All three of them.
Yeah.
Well, actually 4 of them, but I'll talk to Chris about that later. But anyway, put him on blast. anyway, I know he ain't listening, so I ain't worried about that. So, but anyway. So definitely get if you got the means to do that, create that trust fund for your children. Don't let them know you got it until after the fact,
right?
Or until they graduate high school and say, hey, this is what I got set up for you, but here's the deal. The only way you're going to get your hands on this money is if you do this, that, and the third.
Do your due diligence.
Yeah.
That's right.
So that way you can take that money, do whatever the heck you want to do with it after that.
Right.
That's
a good one.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially with the
trust
babies.
Fund. Yeah.
Gotta take care of those babies. Gotta get them knowledgeable as well.
Get them. Oh yeah. Keep them running. Which is why I was so. Which is why I was so proud of your preacher's son right there, man. That little brother.
Little Roman.
Yeah, little Roman, man.
Yeah.
Yo, shout out to you, man.
Yeah. But, very awesome.
What's the other point?
Join a community investment group.
Which is what we was going to do at the GNS.
With the GNS, exactly.
Yeah, that would have been a good idea.
And then it allows you to improve your understanding of finance and economics. Which is what we're kind of doing right now. So, exactly.
Exactly. So, all that's cool.
Absolutely. I think I have another I want to kind of talk about, especially since we are African Americans. They show so many different graphs and how we are so under the radar compared to other races. And I was just wondering, since you are a part of this financial literacy, owning your own business personally, what can you give us just from you as a business owner? What can we do to not give up, to stay the course? Because sometimes you get in, you be like, I'm not making, like I think you told it before, you was in it for a year before you started seeing the growth. So what made you not give up after 6 months when you weren't making no returns?
Somebody told me a long time ago, when they start your own business, if you ever want to work as hard as you ever worked in your entire life, start your own business. That's a very true statement.
Yeah, but once you don't turn, but after 6 months, when I thought did you do this, you got your little storefront, or either you want to do it at your home, you got all your equipment, you got 1 2 sales, but then it just went dead.
You got to keep on keeping on. Because like I told you before, when you first asked me about this, I told you I would have been happy if I would have just sold one shirt. And I would have been happy.
Honestly?
I would have been happy with that. I sold one shirt.
Wow. Because you saw it too from the beginning to the end?
Right.
Okay.
I sold one shirt. I would have been happy with that.
Okay.
So But now I'm up to 125.
Yes, you are.
Actually, it's actually more than that, though. But, but still, officially, it's 125.
Yeah.
But at any rate, with that said, you got to keep on keeping on, man. You can't let somebody discourage you, because you're always going to have some naysayers out there talking about, that ain't going to work. How do you know?
Yeah.
Because you ain't doing nothing. There's always going to be some haters out there.
Oh, yeah.
So, let them hate. There's always going to be that one person or two or three people that say that's not going to work.
Mm-hmm.
So, just ignore them. That's all you can do. Just that you got something that somebody else wants. Like I said, that goes along the lines of me just selling the one shirt. I would have been happy with that.
Right.
See, and also you got to have a support system. And I'm telling y'all, ladies and gentlemen, I got the best cheerleaders on my team. I got this lady to my left.
Sis boom bop.
There you go. I got my moms.
Absolutely.
I got hellified cousins, man.
Absolutely.
So my cousin.
The reason why I became, like I said, I know you and I just met in a couple of years now. Thank God. But I know your family has been in your life longer than me, and they've been cheering you on way before I did. But when I saw you and saw your passion and your ambition, it was encouraging, and I was like, wow, this man is really out here trying to get it, for himself and on his own. So that's what encouraged me. And then that's what kind of led me to be like, well, maybe I can get my own, because I've been a notary for years, but have my own notary business where I can set me up a shop somewhere, or work out my home where people needed legal documents notarized. They can come to my home, or I can go to them, and like that. And I'm really trying to get in with the commercial field. Yeah. That's why I'm going to school right now, taking classes for. So it was encouraging to be like, maybe I can be a business owner. Like I said before, I didn't know what I could do.
Speaking of cheerleaders, you want to get mine on the phone?
Okay.
Hold on, y'all.
Absolutely.
Let me get my mother on the phone.
She's the number one cheerleader, of course.
Oh yeah, that's the one right there.
Absolutely.
Let me get on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the one thing about it. I mean, so we as a people have to. That goes along the lines of support.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have that support system, whatever you do, I don't care if you're starting a business or pushing the broom.
Yeah.
If somebody if you don't have that support system, that's going to give you the motivation to give up.
You do.
But you got to have the support system.
You do.
And like I said, I got you, got my mother, I got my cousin Kim, I got my cousin Samantha, I got my cousin crazy ass Veronica. I got all them people. So I got my cousin Nikki. I got all those folks out there supporting me.
Right.
So that was my
and
motive.
The ones who's purchased your shirts are your supporters as well.
Oh yeah, they're my supporters as well. The people that I don't even know, never met them.
Right.
People all the way in.
Because like I said, it's so saturated. They didn't have to buy your shirt.
No, they didn't. They could have went someplace else.
Somewhere else, yeah. So that's very good to have that support mechanism in your life, personally and financially and professionally as well. Because I know you've had a couple of repeat clients, so obviously they like what you have done for them. So that's a good avenue to go down.
Yep. Let's see how long it takes to answer the phone this time.
There she is.
Hello.
Hey, Mom.
Hi.
Hi.
We got you on the air again.
Really?
Yep.
Okay. What's the question for today?
Oh no, it's not. It's a question and kind of a thank you too. We already gave you a shout out for your birthday. So.
Oh, thank you very much.
Hey, not a problem, man. Not a problem. And we're talking about, this is part 2 of our financial literacy show.
Mm-hmm.
And
financial what?
Literacy.
Okay.
Okay, this is part 2 of that show. And we were talking about the businesses that I have. And I was talking about how having a support system is very important so you won't give up. Mm-hmm. Could you elaborate on that a little bit?
Not giving up.
Yep. And having that support system.
You do need a support system. You need somebody to say, go for it. Mm-hmm. You need somebody to say, I'm with you, even though I cannot afford you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it doesn't matter if your support can afford you or not, as long as they're there.
Right.
It's up to you. It's up to you to scrabble with the finances.
Mm-hmm.
But the support is just there for to keep you together, to keep your emotions on the right track.
Yep.
And to keep it going, to keep you going. Does that answer your question?
Definitely. Definitely.
And I do hope that would probably help somebody to go forward and do some things that they want to do.
Yeah.
No matter what it is. If you got a hobby, try to make it pay. No, I take that back. Don't try to make it pay. Make it pay. And you can.
Yep.
If you're good at what you do, and make sure you're good at what you do, then you make it pay.
Okay.
And it may take a while. It may not take you long. But either way, make it pay.
Yep.
Knowledge.
Yep. I told you.
Knowledge.
I told you. Mom brings it. Mom brings it every single time.
Absolutely.
So yeah. Okay. Well, Mom, I just want to say that. I'll piggyback on what you just said, Mom. I just want to say real quick, and I'm quite sure that Mimi over here, she mirrors my sentiment. I just want to thank you for supporting your big head son.
Yes.
In my little business venture. I appreciate that, Mom, because like as far as I'm concerned, you and this lady over here are my two number one cheerleaders.
I'm too tall to be a cheerleader, I'll have you know. Earthly meaning, we are just
we sure are. But like I told him earlier today, earlier we was talking about, I'm just so proud of him, because that's that has gotten me motivated to start my notary and going forward becoming a CPA, because I saw his drive and his passion with his IT business as well as his t-shirt business. It's just overwhelming. I see how excited he gets when he gets a sale or when he gains a new client, and it's just very inspirational. And like I said, if I see you with the passion for it and I can see your work ethic behind it, of course I'm going to get my pom-poms out and be the first one saying rah 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 sis boom ba, but like I said, he's very inspirational in that aspect of my life personally.
In other words, Mom, you did a good job.
You did a good job.
Thank you. And Ms. Meany,
yes ma'am,
I'm standing right over there in that corner. Hop to it.
Hey, she's right there telling you to hop to it.
Well, thank you. I will. See, that's what we need. We need that inspiration. I will. I'm steady doing, like, every time he come here, or when he come, what you doing, homework? Because I'm always striving and trying to get it done. So, because I never,
You're making yourself better. Making yourself
yes, ma'am. That's why I say I want to just continue to grow, learn something. Yes, ma'am.
So that you don't have to strive for somebody else's benefit.
Yes, ma'am.
And I know that you can do this.
Thank you. That's the ultimate goal. Yes, ma'am.
Yep. Well, Mom, we're gonna let you go, cause we know you got a whole bunch of books you want to read.
How's that going?
I'm doing. This is actually enough to last me through winter.
Wow. Nice.
So that's what I'm gonna do. So you guys don't have to do this again for a long time. I want you to save your money just in case.
All right, Mom, we got you.
All
right, bye, Mom.
Bye.
Bye, baby. Bye, baby.
Bye. Cool. Very good knowledge.
Yeah.
So okay, well, let's say this now. Now that you spoke to your mom when you was younger, did she teach that? Like you said, we're going to talk about generational wealth. Did she teach you that? Even though she said go to school, get your knowledge, get a job, or did she also teach you to try to get something for yourself?
That was the main thing. I mean, not only did my mother teach me that, my grandfather taught me that.
Oh, cool.
And she learned it from her dad.
Nothing like a grandparent.
Man, come on now.
Lord have mercy. Yes.
Because my mom was one of those kind of people. She's always told me, you got a brain, use it. You got talent, use it. Just like she just told us a while ago. If you got talent, hell, use that talent.
Absolutely.
Try to make some money with that talent if you can.
Absolutely.
I mean, no matter what I did, like I said, she was right there. I mean, when I was teaching Kung Fu part-time.
Yeah, I forgot you do. Yeah.
When I was
all over the place, ain't you?
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, when I was teaching Kung Fu part-time, you know, it was like, you know, hey, go ahead, son. You know, because I was like, I was the second youngest instructor in the school. I was the second youngest instructor in the school, and she was like, "Hey, you know, hey, you're a young instructor. Hey, go ahead, son.
Wow,
you know,
nice.
That's what's up."
Nice.
So
you need that motivation.
Yeah, you need that motivation. I mean, so that's the main reason why a lot of black businesses fail, because they don't have that support system. They got a lot of haters.
Or you get scared.
Or they get scared.
Or they don't see any financial, because especially like one of the statements I have in here, you want to get yourself a partner or a friend or something in your corner that even though when you have those dark moments or you start questioning yourself, they be like, you know, steady pushing you. You don't want no naysayer like, see, I told you, you just wasting money. You don't want that.
No, that's the one thing you don't want. You don't want nobody hating on you. Saying, I told you it's gonna fail.
Exactly.
And 9 times out of 10, people that say that ain't never tried a damn thing in their life.
More or less. Or for the lack of a better word, the big J word, jealous, because obviously they couldn't start or you didn't ask them to join or something like that. Right. It's more or less on the borderline of that anyway.
Right, exactly. That's pretty much it in a nutshell, you know, because they're not benefiting from it.
Right.
That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it in a nutshell. They're not benefiting from it themselves, so therefore they're not going to reciprocate any kind of positivity towards your way.
Correct. Well, I don't know. I just know that, especially when it's regarding the generational wealth, what else can we do? Because if we are as parents, or I know there are some grandparents raising children as well, or aunts and uncles, whoever. Okay, let me put it like that. You are the adults, and you really don't know. Like I said, I think we stated this on part 1. Take a class together. Yeah. And gain that knowledge together. Yeah. But you must drill, teach, inspire them to strive for higher in each cause.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah.
Don't just stop. Continue. Exactly. I mean, because like I've talked to several people telling me that why you want to learn to do something else. You got to keep yourself educated.
Right. What's that old saying? You never too old to learn?
Never too old to learn. I mean, you know, just like with Neely Fuller in his book, he has a podcast with his book Compensatory Counter-Racist Code. Whenever the host asks Neely Fuller how he's doing, and Neely Fuller is well into his 70s. Wow. He tells people all the time, I'm still learning. Now this man is well into his 70s.
That is nice to say.
Yeah. He says, I'm still learning. It's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to keep learning.
Right.
Don't just stop.
Right.
Keep going.
Right. Very profound.
Yeah. You gotta keep learning. And that's what I would tell anybody. You know, teach your children, man. Teach them when they're little. Like I said, just like this morning when I saw Lil Man. You know, I'm quite sure his dad drilled in him.
Oh, yeah.
This is what you do.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, because I'm quite sure his pops don't want him struggling.
Yeah. Get it. Make it. But like you always say, even when you are there, when you do get yourself established, don't forget about your brother and your sister.
Of course not.
Yeah.
You got to lift them up too.
Absolutely. Yep. Just a little, I just want to say this as well. If you are a perfectionist, you got to have thick skin, because nothing is guaranteed. No. You're going to have you might have this big windfall. Like I think I talked about this too. When I looked at my stock, I was like, "Whoa, yes, I'm on it." Then I looked out like, "Oh, is it this low?" You know, but I didn't cash out. I just kept it in there, and then I just checked it before we went on the air, and I'm striving back up. So it's like it's a game almost. It's like a kind of like a what you call that, double dutch. Yeah, that's what it is, because it's like you can get in and you can start jumping, or you can jump in, the rope stop and hit you. You know, so it's like you can't be a perfection in this game. You gotta be optimistic as well.
Very optimistic, because there's no guarantees that a stock is going to blow up. Right. Let's just be real about the situation. Yeah. There's no guarantees the stock is going to blow up.
Yeah. Not overnight. Anyway.
Not overnight. It's not going to blow up overnight. It could. Now, I'm not saying that it can't happen, because it has happened. Because people have invested in the stock market and literally become millionaires overnight.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It doesn't happen often, but it does happen.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, getting drafted into the NBA. You know, if you do, you do. If you don't, you don't.
Well, no, you have to put in some work though.
Yeah, but you still got to put the work in.
Little league. You don't major. Well, you don't put in the work.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But you know, the point is, if you get a stock that makes you rich overnight, hey man, more power to you. I mean, that's a good thing. I mean, it has happened. Like I said, it doesn't happen often, but it has happened. So, but I tell folks all the time, you know, the stock market is a touchy game. It really is a touchy game. I mean, you learn that yourself.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, you can't watch it overnight. I mean, you can't watch it every day because a watch pot never boils.
Exactly.
You gotta let it go. Let it do what it do.
I put this little motto in my head. I was like, though you might have like a little tiny victory, but you still gotta learn from your past stumbles.
Exactly.
You know,
that's a good.
Like,
that's a good way of looking at that. That's a good way of looking at that.
Ooh, but I couldn't get discouraged.
No, you can't. You can't. You can't. That's the only thing about it. And and I think that's a lot of problems with most of us black people is that a lot of times if we don't see any instant results, we're kind of impatient.
Instant results.
We're kind of impatient when it comes to that.
Yes.
Right. We're kind of impatient when it comes to that. They're like, okay, when I'm not, how come this money isn't growing the way it should be growing? Give it a minute, it'll grow. But it's not growing now. No, it's not growing now, but give it a minute, it'll grow. Just leave it alone.
Eventually.
Give it some time. Well, I ain't got time for eventually. I want to buy these red bottom heels. Well, guess what? You're just going to have to wait on the red bottom heels.
Yeah. Just patience.
Yeah, just
have the means to invest. First of all,
that's the first thing.
Have the means to get financially literate. Find the means to growth economically, but then you got to have patience as well.
And this is the mistake that a lot of black people make. They think you got to have a lot of money to invest. I mean, I've told you this myself, and you found that out yourself.
Oh yeah,
you don't need a lot of money to invest. Just invest whatever you can. And trust me, you will get your investment back and then some, which you have.
Yeah, like I said, with that, what I put in, when I started May, and here we are in September. And what I put in, if I do it like a percentage, I think I'm triple what I put in there.
There you go.
So, yeah.
Exactly. It takes
from
patience.
what I checked this morning,
Yeah, it's it just takes patience, man. It takes patience.
And just from a couple of months, that's not bad.
Yeah.
So if I keep it in there for a couple more years,
you'll make a pretty penny, man. I can tell you. Like I said,
just gotta be patient.
Just gotta be patient, though.
Gotta stop looking at it.
You can't stop looking at it. Because like when I started getting into the stock market in my mid-20s, when I first got into the stock market, the first thing I did was I bought my little stock. I started out with penny stock. Now, penny stock is any stock that trades less than $5 a share, for those of you that are wondering. I started out with penny stock. And my penny stock, the first penny stock that I bought, it didn't do too much of anything, so I dumped it. I mean, they went completely out of business. So I dumped that stock, and I took the money from that stock and invested in another penny stock. That stock started making some money, so I started building up more and more and more. So, and once that penny stock started making a little bit of money, I dumped it and started getting into the big dogs. What I mean by the big dogs, started buying stuff like Ford, a few other things, Procter & Gamble, GE, just a few other things here and there.
Right.
And so some
of their higher end.
Right. Some of the higher end stocks. Yeah, still stocks.
Okay, so you went from penny stocks to EFTs.
ETFs.
You got some treasuries too, right?
Well, some treasury ETFs.
So you just went to different avenues.
Right. You got to diversify.
Okay.
You got to diversify.
Diversifier. Okay.
Yeah. You definitely got to diversify your stock portfolio.
Right.
Because that goes along the lines of not keeping all your eggs in one basket.
True.
So definitely diversify your stock portfolio. If you have a stock portfolio, diversify it. Invest in different stocks, from different types of businesses. Like
I think I have what we have 3. I have stocks, I have EFTs, and I have a treasury.
Yeah.
So
well, yeah, you got all of them. You got all of them. I mean,
I need to give me a 401k.
Well,
that's
get you one.
Story.
Don't worry about that.
Praying.
Don't worry about that. That'll happen.
Oh yeah. Okay. So you gotta diversify.
Well, you gotta diversify your stock portfolio. Definitely diversify it, man. Get buy different types of stocks. Don't just buy cause like with me, people would think that I would just buy tech stocks.
True.
I don't.
Yeah.
I buy a little bit of everything.
Right.
So I mean, cause like Ford ain't tech stock. That's automobiles.
Correct.
General Electric. That's not tech stock.
Yeah.
So
you have a conglomerate of different.
Right, exactly. You got to spread that out.
Right.
Got to spread it out. You can't just go for one thing. You got to get into a little bit of everything.
And again, to obtain this knowledge that you had, you just did your research.
Just did my research.
So you didn't go reach out to no brokers.
No.
Or go to any of the big houses to have someone go to. You just did your research.
Well, I can honestly tell you, the first thing I did was I listened to. It was this white dude that used to work with a Tinker Air Force Base. Name was Norman. I can't remember his last name. And I was fixing his computer because he had his computer crashed for some other reason. And once I got him up and running and everything, he said the main thing I want to get into is I want to see if I can get into my stock portfolio. That intrigued me. And so I just asked him a couple of questions, just 2 questions. And the first question I asked him, I said, does it take a lot of money to invest in the stock market? He said, no, it doesn't. You invest what you can.
Okay.
And the second thing I asked him, I said, is it hard to get into trading stocks? He said, no. It's really easy. You just got to do your research.
Right.
That's all I need to know.
And at that time, you was in your 20s.
I was in my 20s.
Wow.
And that's all I need to know.
Yeah.
So, and once I did that, and once he told me that, I went home that night. I started looking on Amazon. I didn't go to Amazon. Where'd I go? I went to a bookstore. It's a bookstore right around the corner from my house. So I went there, looked at some books on investing, got one of them, read it. Went back a couple of weeks later, got another one, read it. And so that's when I got into the whole stock. That's when I got into the whole penny stock thing. Okay. And that's when it just went from there. And the rest is history, y'all.
Wow.
Just from those 2 questions right there.
Beautiful. Yeah, like I said, it's a waiting game, it's a patient game, but you have to do your research. It's good to get with other groups of people that does the same or have the same mentality, that's willing to get into the stock market as well. Yep. But you have to know your research. You just can't depend on one person to just do all the work.
No. You gotta do your own research, man. You gotta do your own research.
Yeah, and again, I think that's what we went in as the GNS group, but then we all decided to gain, because none of us knew what we were doing. We knew it was a good idea, of course.
Yeah, definitely, still is.
But we wanted to gain that knowledge ourselves so we can understand. So when somebody present, hey guys, I want to buy squirrely, but you want to go back and say, okay, let me look at squirrely and see what squirrely can offer us, and then you can either say yay or nay and decide as a group if that was a good investment or not.
Right.
But how would you really know what's a good investment? It's like, I think it's like I said, it's like
take
that
a chance.
It's
a shot in the dark. It's a shot in the dark.
You gotta take a chance.
It's a shot in the dark.
Exactly.
It's a shot in the dark.
Nice.
But
well, let me read this and we can wrap it up.
Cool.
And there are so many online and apps-based platforms making it easier to invest. You just have to start somewhere.
Yep.
Once you do it, you'll get through it. It'll get easier for you and understandable, and your financial future will be magnifico.
Yes, it will,
that's
man.
That's a word from Mimi the lady.
Hey, man, that's what's up. So that's some real truth to that. That's some really good truth
just
to that.
Just for me doing that research, and then by me being, I'm an investor, y'all.
Exactly.
I felt that, and I sensed that, and I breathe this. Right
and I also want to say this, and we can go ahead and wrap this up. Once we started getting more of us, and by us I mean black people, into the whole investment thing, the racial wealth gap will start to close.
That just piggyback. That fascinated me. There's not a lot of us in it.
No, it's not.
Wow, that's crazy.
Like I said, when I taught that.
Yeah.
When I taught that, because like I remember when I was in college, there was a white dude that used to live down the hall from me in my dormitory in Walker Tower at OU. He was a business major, and he said the reason why he got into business is because his dad told him to get into it and get into the stock market. And so now at that time, I wasn't thinking about the stock market.
Right.
You know,
me neither. I mean, I could agree, but it's not. I didn't
think about the stock market, but it still stayed in my registry.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, wait a minute, that's okay.
Right.
Your dad taught you that? Yeah. Nobody taught me nothing like that.
Right.
What the hell? What
I think they're teaching it in schools, aren't they?
Well, they're starting to teach it more now in school. They are now.
We have a friend, Angela's college friend, and his son is into stock market. So yeah, I think they're teaching it in schools or either colleges right now.
Yeah,
so that's good.
Well, I know that.
Encourage your kids to take that course if it's available.
Definitely. I would definitely encourage anybody. I would tell anybody to tell their children to take a business course.
Right.
Even if it's just for one semester, just take it.
Just get the ground basics.
Just get the basics of it. Once you get the basics of it, man, you can go and blossom from there.
Absolutely.
You can expand upon that on your own.
Absolutely.
So. But yeah, that would definitely close the, if we can get more of us into investing. And I wish I would have started earlier than what I did.
I do too.
Because I had a high school teacher, and I've told this in the first store, in the first show, that also taught my mother, Mr. Luke Sr.
Oh, yeah.
And he was like really heavy into the stock market and everything like that. So with Luke Singer telling us about the stock market, because like, we weren't really paying attention to the stock market. We 16, 17-year-old children. We didn't care about no stock market.
Exactly.
But he was dropping some knowledge. And like, again, that stuck with me too.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, Mr. Singer. Yeah. Okay. And once I got older, I'm like, oh, this is what Mr. Singer was talking about.
Right. And that's good. It stayed with you. It stuck with you.
And it did stick with me. Now I know.
You're in the stock market.
Now I'm in the stock market,
Absolutely.
man. So,
cool.
But damn, man, we had been on there for 2 hours.
Oh, wow.
6 o'clock.
I'm telling you, when you get just talking about especially group economics, that's what touched me.
Yeah.
Especially after hearing that piece from T.I.
Oh, man, yeah.
Like, I had to go through my closet. But Gwen, let me shout out to Gwen. Gwen sent me a text message, and she was saying that she found the article, and it says it's a false information.
Oh, is it?
Yes, it's Michael Kors. I'm tired of pretending I like.
Oh yeah,
black.
yeah, that.
But she said it was a false information.
Oh,
but
yeah.
it's still. Like I said, I don't do it to floss and boss or whatever.
Yeah.
But I do it because I like the brand. It's sturdy. I don't have any problems with it. It's not. It don't tear up on me. Like I buy it today and I gotta get it repaired tomorrow.
Yeah.
But it is an eye-opening situation. Especially keeps you on your P's and Q's as to, are these people really looking out for us as a whole, or are they just trying to line their pockets with my green dollars? So it'll make me. I'm going to be thinking now.
Yeah.
But like you said, there are some other prominent African American.
Oh yeah.
High-end clientels out there that we can patronize.
And what I think what we can do in part 3 of this show of financial literacy, we're definitely gonna do a part 3, y'all.
Oh yeah, it's always something to talk about. Yeah, always something happening in the financial game, financial world. Exactly,
because we definitely gotta close this racial wealth gap, because you got people that ain't even originally from this country that's doing better than us. As far as the racial wealth gap.
And what's so funny, they come over here and get it and take it back to where they came.
And I ain't mad at them. I am not mad at them for doing just that. Wow. But I'm more concerned about us as a people.
Right.
So, and that's what this show is about. This is for us, not for anybody else. I can care less about what's going on with everybody else.
Black group economics.
Yeah, exactly. So we definitely got to practice that. We've done it before, and we can do it again.
Absolutely.
So, and that's kind of the point.
Absolutely.
So, but anyway.
Well, side note, I would like to remind the GNS group and anybody else that's listening to my voice that tomorrow, September 14th, 2020, will be Mr. Patrick Lee's birthday.
Hello.
I know he don't listen to the podcast because he's so busy. But let's remember to send him a shout out and wish him a very, very happy birthday. I don't know if any of you guys have Facebook, but he has put his Cash App out there, and he is accepting gifts. He is accepting cash gifts through
I'm
Cash
sure
App.
he is.
So I told him the other day when I spoke to him, I always pay people how much they turn. So I would be Cash Apping him 49 cents.
Hello.
Because I'm not trying to put his birthday on blast, but I'm sure everybody know he'll be turning 49. So of course my 49 cents is going first thing in the morning.
Come on now.
Yeah.
I ain't mad at you.
But a little birdie told me somebody else got a birthday coming up.
I wonder who it is.
I don't know. It's you, sweet
Oh, is
pea.
it? Is it me?
Next Monday will be my sweet pea's birthday.
Yeah, I'll be trying
to think of something I can do. If anybody have any ideas, give me a call or text me and let me know, because I'm still stuck, because he's so hard to read. He's such a kind-hearted person, and he always say he don't want much. And,
really, I don't, y'all.
I'm not,
so
it's
I'm not a
but you still got to get something. It's your birthday. And I meant to say birth. It's his birthday.
Yeah, you got to get black with it.
Absolutely. But we'll shout you out next week as well, because it's
of course.
got another
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Don't forget, guys, to wish Patrick Lee a happy birthday tomorrow.
Yeah, for the new listeners out there, man, hit that like button.
Yes.
Hit that subscribe button. Hit the little bell, so that way you'll know when the show's getting ready to come back live again, so we can go ahead and get this thing to blow up.
Yes.
I mean, we haven't been doing it for very long, but any help is greatly appreciated.
Yes.
Spread the word. If you like what we're doing, then spread the word.
I want to do a quick look before we go. If you are looking at your screen right now, there is a skim on there, so you can get like a little gesture of what Reggie O and Mimi the Lady looks like. Not to toot his own horn, but my sweet pea did that by hand. Okay. He got talent, y'all.
I appreciate that.
He got talent.
I appreciate the shout out.
I think that is, when he showed it to me, I was like, oh my God. That is amazing. So yeah.
Thank you.
Beautiful job.
Thank you. Well,
all right, you ready to wrap it up, sir?
Let's wrap this thing up. This has been a really, really, really good show.
Yes, indeed.
It really has.
Hopefully someone has learned from it, obtained something.
I hope so. That's a purpose.
Can utilize it in their financial growth.
That's the whole point. So yes, definitely, man. You can definitely use this stuff, man.
Yes.
So it's all good stuff. And there's always more to come because, like I said, we're going to do a part 3.
Yes.
And we're probably going to focus more on the group economics thing. And
that's important.
That's very important because
we all got to help one another.
We got to help each other out.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Like I said, I keep quoting G Money from New Jack City.
G Money.
We all we got.
That's right.
So we're only people that's going to support us is us.
That's
Anybody
right.
else going to do it. So we might as well go ahead and do it ourselves. So that way we can close the racial wealth gap. But on that note, we are out of y'all. I'm Reggie Oak.
I'm Mimi the lady.
And we be out.
Bye.